Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Goodest Cast. And on this episode, we have Jack Drewett, all the way from Sydney, Australia, member of the ever so famous team Hit and Run. I watched their videos like crazy when I was getting into drifting. So these dudes have been all over the world and had a great time doing it. And Jack has a lot of stories. He's a funny dude. I'm glad to call him a friend. We got to sit down in the new shop and just have a good time, and that's what it was. So I hope you guys enjoy this one as much as I did. Jack Drewett, Hit and Run, Goodest Cast. Check it out.
All right, we on?
Yeah, we're live.
We're back, yeah, for the first time.
For the first time, we definitely didn't have a bunch of technical difficulties and had to start over. Anyway, first pod in the new shop. Really breaking it in.
Here we are, yeah.
I get to sit next to my friend Jack.
Yeah. I mean, the new shop seems great. Power supply issues, not so fantastic.
No, definitely not. And if it fails again, we're just going to burn it all down.
It's like a test in patience, right? You're lucky you just got me here.
Yeah. If I had like a real prima donna, it would have been so much worse.
Yeah. Someone that was actually like,
serious?
I was going to say successful.
Very lucky to have Jack here with the chaos that's been going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I've been wanting to have you on the podcast for a long time. I just never asked you. And then you're staying at my house and I was like, well, now you have to do it.
Yeah, I'm trapped.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like sleeping on your couch. Like moving house. I was going to say helping you move house, but like you weren't even there. So just moving house for you.
Jack and Laura literally moved most of our stuff today because I was working. Yeah. And I feel guilty about it. Oh, what's going on over there?
What's that look for? Oh, okay.
It's just like full silly air, fully like silly hour at this point.
You did. You swept in at the end. And like, I don't know, like...
Moved a couple
like
boxes.
Put the creatine away or something.
I've always been like the friend that like helps everybody move.
I don't believe that.
I'd rather help somebody move than move myself.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun to be a martyr,
Yeah. Yeah. We could really go for some pizza.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because Laura was saying halfway through, towards the end, she's like, we should just let Palmer do the rest. And I'm like, no, I've come this far. I've suffered this much. I need this to hold within our friendship forever,
Yeah. Yeah. Now I'm in your pocket.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
I owe you forever. Now I have to come drift with you in Europe.
Someday I'll,
Oh, no.
Yeah, someday I'll call on you for a favour. Maybe never, but if I do...
It's got to be.
You've got to come to Europe.
Yeah. Oh shit! I think for all the people out there, like some know about Hit and Run, and some don't. And for the people who don't know about Jack, aka best guy, the best guy, the guy that'll help you move, even if you're not there. I want to know, like, I don't know, it's always fun to get to know people's like origins in drifting and like where they fell into this like weird niche thing, especially so long ago when it was like such a small sport.
Yeah. Is that my cue?
That was supposed to be a question. I just didn't lead in very well. So tell me where it all started, Jack.
So I loved cars from when I was a little kid. Came from nowhere, like didn't come from a car family. There was no great story with some inspiration. But for whatever reason, I came out into this world. I was just car crazy from the start, right? So it wasn't just drifting. As a kid, I loved everything. Like I was crazy about monster trucks, low riders, like all that sort of stuff. I actually rented the Bigfoot, King of the Monster Trucks, VHS, so many times from the local video store that they just gave it to me. Like I just was crazy for cars. I would just watch things nonstop. And then it was a pretty cool time to be a teenager. looking back with the import scene. So I was like consuming lots of import magazines in Australia, just amongst everything else, because I was just wild for it. And then I turned into a teenager, got my license, and couldn't afford a Skyline or something, right? Like that was crazy back then, and is once again crazy now. But ended up buying a bunch of different cars, got really into doing burnouts on the street.
As one does in Australia.
Yeah, it's a normal thing to do. Yeah, I had my daily car was dedicated burnout car. Yeah, and lost my license doing that, and wasn't awfully popular with the greater Northern Beaches community. But then sort of moved on a couple of years, and I was around 21 and had this super cool RX-7, flashy, blue, big wheels, Meisters, red brides in it, and I loved it. But something was always kind of chasing for something else, right? I didn't realize this at the time. And around then was the time that Josh Woods, Bowman Jones, Josh Walker Spicy, the Warren brothers had already just started what is now Hit and Run. And I remember going to these car meets, right? And they wouldn't necessarily be there, but we go to these car meets and everyone else is just there to, show their paint, which is all cool, whatever. But I just wanted to thrash. So like every meet I was getting in trouble from the organisers because I'd be, trying to bang second out onto the main road and just like looping it, like in my defense, an RX-7's a pretty difficult car to get sideways, right? But I always felt a little bit uncomfortable in those groups. Like there was something not quite right with the way the car was like a precious demonstration of wealth or like something, right? Like it's a bit of a social status thing when you're a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, because there's nothing else, like no one has houses or anything else to flex, right? But then I started to see like a couple of these Sylvias rolling around the local area. And those were the cars that were owned by the guys like now Hit and Run, right? So mismatched paint, zip ties holding the shit together. Basically the opposite of everything that you're told is good about a car. Like low effort. And man, I just loved that right away. That was, yeah. There was something in that I just knew I had to have whatever they were having. And so I sold the RX-7 and bought a 180 for my first drift car. But I'm not like a crazy Sylvia guy. But in terms of as a pursuit to go drifting, it was like buying a dirt bike to go drifting, right? And I bought this car, Alexi Smith's old car, which was, man, it was way too sick for me. Like it was super like low power, but such a cool car, like staggered CR eyes, beautiful purple paint, had all the nuanced details that a drift car has when someone has been dedicated to the craft, as Alexi had been for some time at that point, right? But I was just like, 10 grand and I can go drifting? Sick, Bought that and it got sacrificed to the altar of me learning how to drive, unfortunately. Should be in a museum somewhere instead, but...
Have you ever talked to Alexi about it?
Yeah, I ran into him in an event in those early days, actually, yeah. And he was pretty supportive. I was like, oh man, I've wrecked your car. And I was there and like, I was just learning. I mean, I'm still not a great driver, right? But back then, boy, like...
Wake up, Mom. New Tire Streets just dropped. 651 Pro. They fit chunky. They got a way stiffer sidewall. They got way more side grip than the 651 Standard, Sport, and Extreme. I liked them a lot. I ran them at Super D 4th of July, and it was a party, dude. I ran them on the back with 550 wheel, and they were still spinning. They had a lot more like side bite than the other 651s, which I really liked. They had grip. They were pretty sweet. So go check them out for yourself. Keep it in mind when you're buying the 651 Pros, they fit really wide. So, if you got that like sick fender clearance, it's not gonna fit the same as a 651 Sport. It's just a different tire width. It's pretty much a different tire completely. They just use the name and the tread. But yeah, I like them. Check them out. TireStreets.com/goodest. Saves you some money. And then, throw that goodest at checkout. Save yourself some more money. So That's what we're here to do. We're here to save money and drift. Chase Bays, man. I'm really liking these Chase Bays boys. That Polecat event was insane. ADC was insane. I'm running their stuff on my car and it works. Dude, not having a brake booster is so nice. And like having really responsive brakes with no brake booster is even nicer. I love that thing. My power steering cooler setup is buttery, having ANs for everything. I'll tell you a little story. At Drift app, I lost my power steering pump like 45 minutes before the hour-long night session that we had all been like dreaming of doing. And somebody had a pump, and guess what, dude? Having all those little AN fittings made it so I could swap the pump and bleed the system within like 45 minutes. Like as the driver's meeting was finishing, we were bleeding the power steering system, and it made it, dude. It made it through the whole dang thing. No leaks, no drips, you know? So shout out Chase Bays. You can also use code GOODEST at checkout. Save yourself some money on the site. They've been really good to us this year, so go run it up with Chase Bays. Get yourself a pull-up hydro setup. Get yourself some braking fluid transfer products from Chase Bays. If you want to know about fluid transfer, Chase knows a lot about fluid transfer, and the rest of his team does. So hit him up, tell him we sent you. Make sure you put that code in for a discount so we get credit. And check it out, Chase Bays. Kansei wheels, man. They sent us to Japan with some KMPs. They're kind of stunned on the S14. Code GOODEST. Save yourself some money. Laura did that sick shoot in Japan. If you haven't seen it, super sick film photos, and she made that really cool reel. It was a fun thing to do, man. It's really cool to get creative with them. They're a big supporter of Laura. They're now a big supporter of us. And we really appreciate Kansei for what they're doing and supporting the homies. So go get yourself a set of wheels, get some spares. They got the discount section if you're looking for some cheap burners. They got new stuff coming out all the time. So check out Kansei. Use code GOODEST to save yourself some money on some wheels. Who doesn't want to save money on wheels?
No, I did ran into Alexi in those early years. I think it must have been a year or two into me drifting, which these days, if someone's been drifting for a year or two, they're killing it. But it didn't come easy for me.
Me either.
I just ground it out event after event until I could do it, you know, but I just wanted to. But he was there, and I was probably terribly not putting together any corners, but he was super supportive. He was like, yeah, it's cool, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, that's been fine. Yeah. I think something popped up the other day about that car because it's still around.
Really?
Yeah. It's I bought it from him, and it was just like SR20 T28, super simple setup, and it was so slow, man. Like it barely wanted to do a burnout in grab second gear, which makes it only the more impressive when I don't know if you've seen the pretty famous, in Australia at least, videos of him driving that car at Eastern Creek in fourth gear, full speed, just killing it.
I haven't.
Yeah, and that car, when I put it on the dyno, when I bought it, it spun up 127 kilowatts of the wheels. So like, what's that? 160 horsepower or something, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's like 180
only makes it even more impressive, yeah. Right, that he was doing that. And that's the same car I had the whole time for all of Hit and Run. Went through, I think, 5 SR20s in that.
Fuck.
Yeah. But like 3 of them were in 1 month, so it was like compacted.
3 SRs in a month.
It was tough. One of them was, actually, to be fair, the motor that came with the car, awesome, right? I ended up doing like T518Z, Haltech, ethanol, and I made like 210 kilowatt or something, and it ripped. Like it felt like one of those cars that feels like it has 50 more than it shows, you know? And then eventually that motor just met its end, probably something I did wrong. And I thought, hell yeah, this motor worked great for all these years. I'll just get another used engine. And then put a new one in, and first event broke that. And then so I went and bought another engine that same week. And like, I'm probably discounting the fact that in between each of these motors is like 8 friends like breaking their backs all night to help me get this going right. But changed that motor again. This motor, for whatever reason, I found out later had the sump and pickup off a front wheel drive or like a different SR20. So I just whacked my truss sump on it, put it back together, went drifting, but the pickup was like a little bit longer and it was pressing against the sump.
Oh.
Lost that motor. Actually, didn't lose it right away, but it started knocking, right? And I had J-Waz in the passenger seat, and we would do laps until the oil got warm. We didn't know what the problem was, but it would start bottom end knocking. And then I would have to come in and cool the car down and then go back out. So we'd be out doing laps at Wakefield, and Waz would jump out of the car at the start line with his helmet on and go and like press his head to the windscreen, to the bonnet, and be like, no, we're good, we're not knocking, you know. Anyway, that motor didn't last that event. So then got another one and put that on the dyno. And this car, all these engines had like pond cams, Tomei cams. So little old us, 20-something years old, no idea what we're doing. I don't think we own a torque wrench, right? So eventually got that wrong, and like on the dyno, that one, we're running it up. Everything's okay. Like not even like doing the power runs yet, just a little fooling around, and then bang, snaps a cam. Every valve is bent.
Fuck.
Yeah. So that was at my friend Anthony's shop, so Matux Racing, which are now famous for GDR stuff and whatnot, right? But at the time it was VL Commodores. And he did us a solid, and I like changed the head on his dyno overnight. We tuned it at like 3 a.m. I slept on his couch, took it to the track the next time, broke that motor too. So it was tough. It was a tough month, that one. Yeah.
It's 1 month.
Yeah.
That's like insane level of dedication though.
Yeah, but also like an insane level of like making silly mistakes. Like this is not the engine's fault that they're meeting their doom, you know. These little engines have been running for 20 years at this point, and then they get the shit luck of getting purchased by me. And then that car ended up being 1JZ, which I loved. It was really sick, with like the glitter paint and all that sort of stuff. And the only problem was that, as builds do, I just escalated it a little bit, and I put like a Jericho gearbox in it.
Sick.
Yeah, well, I only did that because like I loved American drifting, man. That's what you guys had, or like the early Formula D cars and stuff had these cool ass gearboxes with the linkages on the side, and I didn't need that, but I bought that, and it kind of wrecked the car. Like it was nerve-wracking to shift. I don't think it had first gear lockout, so like you're worried about like money shifting. Yeah. It was.
I had never thought about how a right-hand drive car with a dog box would be really weird.
Yeah, it's like all the way over there. Yeah.
Because like
I didn't think about this. For you to be.
Yeah, you just
sick.
slam third.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just go across.
No, I'm like.
But you gotta like.
I'm pointing in the corner.
Way.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I look back and I think that I ended up parting that car out because the gearbox was a nightmare. Right. Anyway, long story. That car's still around. So now it's owned by like a young dude. He's a pro driver in Australia, Saxon, and he doesn't compete in that car. He's got another car, but he still has this.
Him.
Yeah.
I met him at Halfway.
Yeah, that's my car.
I rode in that car.
Really?
Yeah.
Unreal.
Whoa.
You see, it still has the S14 dash.
Yeah.
That's out of Brett Reed's car, Reaper, the S14.
No way.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, that car has, and like the rear panel on it, like because we put a fuel cell in it because I ripped the wheel off it and we ended up in the air, and then it landed on the wheel and pushed the fuel tank through the floor. So none of us had ever had a fuel cell, so we thought we'd put a fuel cell in. So we just cut too much out of the back of the car. So then we had to cut Spicy's car up to like weld the rear. So that car actually had pieces from all different sorts of shit all over the place. Yeah, it makes me sad actually to think that I got rid of that, because there was just so much history and personality in it. But it's great that it's with him now because he's driving it a lot. And the other day I was just bouncing a couple of DMs with Alexi, and we were laughing about how like that car must, like, in terms of Australian drift cars, must have had more dicks than any other car. Like,
it's probably seen more events than like any Australian drift car.
Yeah, well, I did 100 in it. Yeah.
And how many did Alexi do?
Probably more than that. Yeah.
And Saxon's always driving.
And it's still going. Yeah.
Oh,
I know, man.
that's kind of sick.
I know. Really cool. So that was the first car.
That's insane.
That's like
a
15-minute answer into how I I forget what you even.
I remember I didn't even ask you a question. You just figured it
I
out.
just started talking. Yeah.
No, it was great.
Now it's the ultras talking. So.
Yeah. I want to know about hit and run and like the early days of that, because like hit and run was definitely something that even before I was friends with Julian and like on Animal Style and I had my own little crew, like hit and run was like big inspo. I was like always watching Scotty Mitch's stuff and I was just like, this is like the most fun shit ever. Like I want to go hang out with these guys. Like, man, they're cool.
It's crazy because at the time we had no idea that anyone outside of our immediate spectrum had any impact at all. Like, of course, we saw that there were people liking the posts and the numbers are really big, but it's kind of abstract, you know. And then now, even to this day, I always feel super inadequate when people say things like that because we were not great drivers, you know. We didn't pretend to be, at least, you know. I've got that, but
it wasn't now just we got driving, man. It was like the whole energy around it. Yeah, was just like fun and exciting and like cool and different and like out there, but like also like stylish. It was sick.
Man, that makes me happy to hear that. Yeah. That's exactly what we hoped for, you know. We wanted to just sell a bit of like a adventure. You know, we grown up on snowboarding videos, skateboarding videos. I was a really big fan of, I don't know if you know Iceland Sevens snowboarding vids. Just a real moment type thing, right? And they would take professional snowboarders and they would go out, shoot unbelievable stuff, but it would be 60% lifestyle, like 60% the guys around the campfire drinking, being silly, that sort of shit. And that's what we always tried to do with Scott. Like we were so lucky to have him there.
Yeah, and Scotty Mitch is unreal.
Yeah, if you just put Scotty Mitch at that time with a different team, you'd probably be talking to them instead of me. Like it was, we were not special. It was him that made it. But we just wanted to sell that. Yeah, we wanted to sell that little adventure. Was it like go out and have some fun with your friends? You know, like
I was buying.
Yeah,
I was buying.
What was the price? Like the rest of your life and financial stability.
Yeah, it was worth it. You know, I don't know. I just like seeing dudes having fun and building like cool wild cars. Like it was like that was the goal. That was something to like aspire to be. Yeah. I was like, I mean, I don't know. I was already like being crazy and having fun, but not. I don't know. I couldn't like put it together into anything.
Yeah.
You know, and then I really liked the cars. Yeah. But it was like it just felt relatable in like a really strong way.
It's high praise that you think that we put it together into anything. Yeah. But no, it was very, very good. And I sort of fell in with those guys because I'd been, you know, doing this flashy car stuff. And then when I saw their stuff, I thought that's what, you know, I need to be involved with. Not particularly that I needed to be drifting with them, but that whatever they were doing was resonating with me. And it just turned out that once I bought this thing and started drifting and, you know, exchanged a few parts, we ended up, forming together and, making the team. I should say, though, that the team did exist for about a year before me. So Bo Jones and Josh Woods, the core two members at the start, put that together. I think Bo was exiting drifting or intending to. He told me this the other day on the phone at the time when it started. I think he was over it. And which if you know Bo, you can probably see that on him. Hopefully one day you get to meet him. He's great. But Woods came in just like maximum energy and was like, man, we need to start a team and do something, right? Which I don't know where that came from in him because teams were not really a thing back then, I think. In Australia, we had like Insane Drifters, I remember. But which was like, that was the team Nigel was with originally.
No kidding.
Yeah, so that was like, in my very uneducated mind, and again, I hope no one listens to this and thinks, that's not how it went. There were heaps of teams. In my mind, team drifting wasn't a huge thing, at least in Australia at the time. So I don't know how Woods and Bo thought they should put this together. Anyway, they named it after the TSOL song "Hit and Run," and
the name is genius.
Sick, right? I couldn't have come up with that.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah. And it ended up being like kind of poetically, organically, nicely aligned with what the team was like, right? We wanted to, at a time when drifting was getting a bit more serious, a bit more professional in Australia at least, we wanted to sort of stand for something else. And that was like adventure, sort of a little bit of like trash the hotel room, rockstar sort of shit, you know, like, yeah. Which seems silly now, but when we were 22, that's cool as fuck, you know? Yeah. Cue a wild 10 years of, great fun, yeah.
Yeah, you guys did so much.
Yeah, we drove heaps, man. It was unreal, yeah.
There was like always a new video.
Yeah.
And like always some, I mean, you guys had like a good crew and you guys all were pretty dedicated and drove a lot. Like, was it hard to keep that moving?
You couldn't not do that, man. It was like, they wouldn't let you not. You know what I mean? We were all just feeding off each other the whole time. And there was, when someone's engine broke, and boy, did they. You think, like, my little story before is nothing compared to Woods and his RV motors. But, like, we as soon as anything broke, it was a question of, okay, we're fixing it tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like, and everyone just would. So
that's so cool.
There was no opt-out. It was like, we're on this path together and doing this, yeah. And half the guys were sort of in the mechanical trade in some way, which helped because, like, these hands couldn't really do a whole lot of it back then, you know. But yeah, it was lovely, man. And I look back, and at the time, I knew that we were having what I thought was like the best time of our lives. Turns out life just kept getting more fun, but it was really, really cool. And I love that. For me, at least, even in that moment, I knew that this is pretty special, like what's happening here.
Yeah. I'm glad you guys did it.
Man, it was so sick.
Yeah. I definitely watched, like, it was cool seeing you guys, like, drive events and stuff, but seeing you guys go to Japan and, like, I don't know, make a fucking snowboarding video about it was, like, the biggest inspo for me. I was like, oh, these guys are living it, like,
man. Yeah, it was unreal, man. You can't imagine, like, well, you can now, but for us at that time, you were so used to like having one track day a month, or, you know, even less sometimes.
That's
right?
Just how it was back then.
Yeah, I mean, when we got into drifting, it was like the worst time in Sydney. There was like no tracks, there was nothing, right? And then we went to Japan and bought these cars for dirt cheap off Andy Gray. It was like we like threaded the needle, you know, 5 years earlier or 5 years later, and it wouldn't have been nearly as affordable. You know, I think that Ryan bought his SR20 180SX for like $1,500 Australian dollars. I know. I bought like the nicest JZX90 that like didn't even have a ding in it for like $4,000.
Yeah, those days are gone.
It was perfect, man. Anyway, we're so lucky to be the age we were that we managed to just land in that Goldilocks zone. And we got to Japan and didn't know a whole lot about it. Woods and Jono, like another really important member of the team, they'd done like one Matsuri in like a really shitty S14, and they just come back and said, you guys got to try this. So we bought the cars and went over, and we were so lucky to have Scott Mitchell for that first little trip. And like I was saying, you're so used to drifting being infrequent, and then suddenly you're staying like in Andy Gray's house, like in Fukushima, you know, 3 months after the nuclear meltdown, by the way. Yeah, maybe sit a little bit further away. But you're sitting there, you're there, and you're drifting your car, and like Ebisu has whatever, I don't even know, 5 or 6 tracks or something on it, and you drive all day together, just with like 3 friends, have more laps than you've had in however long in the previous months, and then you get hammered drunk at night, sometimes early in the day, and then you'd fall asleep, and like Andy and Emily would come to dinner with us each night, so we'd just be like sitting around drinking, telling each other how good we are, You know, like, do you send me this, blah, blah, blah. Then you fall asleep, wake up, like rub your crusty eyes. You're like, oh, it's the morning. And then you'd be like, wait a second. I just get to go drifting all day again today with my friends. And that's it for a week. You know, it was really, really cool, man. I loved that.
Yeah, it was definitely like dream spec. Like,
Yeah.
look at these dudes, like, I don't know, just having the time of their life and like saying fuck it and, you know, making it happen. Because it's, you know, it doesn't see drifting in another country is like intimidating. You know, it's like, how do you figure out the logistics of it and all that stuff? And you guys just said, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I mean, to be fair, it was pretty, like, Andy just does everything, or Emily did everything. Yeah. But like, we just had to work out the money, but obviously we had none of that. So like, that first trip, I actually sold the engine and gearbox out of my 180 to pay for it, and then had to spend the next. Was between the SR and the J swap. The J swap took ages because I just rinsed all the cash from the
going to Japan.
From the SR going to Japan. But yeah, it was worth it. And we did that. Then we did a bigger trip again a year later. I think that first one was 2011. Second one was 2012. With the second time around, I think we had like 7 or 8 people. Warren Brothers, again, Scott Mitchell came, and it was just the same thing, but another level. And I actually think that was when I was probably like a few years into drifting by that point, but it wasn't until then that I would say that I could drift. You know, like I could drive somewhat near somebody without spinning out and whatnot. So it was hard fought for me. I had to, yeah.
Yeah, having that much track time, like, you're gonna get good.
Yeah. What about you? Did it come fast for you or no?
I used to think so, but then I went and found my like first or second drift event GoPro footage like a couple months ago, and I was like, oh, I couldn't drift at all. Like I couldn't even do one corner.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I think it took a little bit longer than I thought. Maybe my ego is like hiding my early days.
And there's like talent creep right now, because you meet people, and I'll like, you know, they're like, oh, like those might see the car and they got hit and run. I remember when I was in kindergarten, I used to watch your videos or something. Right?
Like,
I'm like, oh, Jesus. And then like I'm like been watching this guy, whoever it might be, all day, and this has happened more than once. And you're like, they're killing it. You know what I mean? Like driving at a level far beyond what I might have ever done. And then I'm like, that's really cool, man. Like, how long have you been driving for? They're like, oh, it's my like 5th event.
Yeah.
You're like, God.
You're like, what? My 5th event, I couldn't even drift.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think people have the cheat codes with like sim driving for like 5 years, and then they get in a car and it's just different.
Maybe, yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense to me how somebody could get in a car and just drift that well after like 20 laps or something. I don't know.
Some people like that. The Warrens were very good like that early on, but yeah. But it never knocked my enthusiasm. Like, I just wanted to do it, and I'm comfortable with how I can drive these days. But yeah, it just took a bit longer. Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes you got to work. Some people got to like work harder up front, but then the payoff later is like you can level up quickly.
Yeah. I was also super hungover for most of the first few years of.
That definitely does impact your ability to drift.
Yeah. Because the guys, but there was no option. Like, you were getting loaded drunk when you went to every event. And not like, let's have a few beers and talk about offset or something. It'd be like competitive Australian drinking, you know. Yeah. Like, dude, you would throw up the night before you drifted and stuff, you know.
I had no idea what I signed up for coming to halfway.
Oh, yeah.
I had no idea.
That was the first time I met you, I think, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a big night.
It was a big night. I think that might have been one of the most like messed up I've ever been trying to drift the next day. Like, I wasn't like drunk still, but I was like, I was crusty.
And you would have had a freshly healing tattoo. Yeah, I did. On your leg, right? Hit and run tattoo, right?
I do have a hit and run tattoo on my leg from that night. Yeah. Because of Dylan. Yeah. Dylan pulled out the tattoo gun and I was like, oh no. Dylan has a giant AS on his leg.
Yeah, it's
'cause of
massive,
me.
man. Yeah.
He was so upset.
It's uncomfortably big.
Yeah, he was so upset. I told him 5 times, I was like, don't make me tattoo you. Your handwriting's so bad.
Yeah.
But he had to have it.
Well, you got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that was great. Yeah. I don't know. Had we hadn't interacted much before that, have we?
No, but I was like, that night or day or whatever, it was long, like 16 hours of partying and stuff. I was like, I really like this guy, Jack. He's cool.
Yeah, it was sick, man. We had Mez there too.
Yeah.
Which I think for the two of us, like that's a great dynamic there.
Yeah, I remember like 3 a.m. all of us shirtless on like one of the cabin like decks, like one of those weird bungalow decks. We were all just like hanging out. It was fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot. Like, I'm a little bit reserved when it comes to that night because I don't know what we can talk about here. But,
I don't either. If you were there, you were there.
Yeah.
If you know, you know.
But super fun, man.
Dude. Yeah, I'm just gonna say, partying with Australians is like another level.
Yeah. But the problem is though, like as one, I don't always want to get hammered. But even like when I come to visit, people are like, well, you know,
to like get to it.
Yeah, they've been like, you know, I've been like a monk for 2 weeks because you're coming here. Let's get fucked up. And I'm like, man, I just want to like, can't we do some yoga or something?
Did you want to play chess and watch a movie?
Yeah.
That'd be weird to do at the same time, actually.
It's like dopamaxing.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I prepared
great.
myself for you to get here.
And then we didn't
feel bad. I did the same thing.
And you did. Yeah. And I just got it a month ago in Switzerland with Raf as well.
Yeah.
So I've been saving myself. I'm like, man, I came here for a break.
Like, I just left Berlin. Man. I'm here to tap out.
Yeah.
So we had that experience, and then we ended up being in Europe at the same time.
That was very coincidental, right?
Yeah.
It was like serendipitous that just happened.
It was.
Yeah.
But it was a great time.
Yeah, that was pretty important for me, actually, that weekend, I think, yeah.
Yeah. That was like, I don't know. For those who don't know, like Tomadori, yeah. Tomadori is like a event that some of the Swiss guys run, and they like have it in France because they're not allowed to have racetracks in Switzerland.
I think like France is just drift heaven, so I think it's easier there.
Yeah, we won't blow up the spot too much, but we're going.
That's the one thing that Palmer told me before this was like, don't tell them about French drifting too much.
Yeah, we don't need
want
them
to keep
to
that
know
as a secret. Yeah.
that we're gonna go there and have a really good time.
But like any French people listening, like we know.
Yeah, we're coming.
Yeah.
Well, Jack's already there, but
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a cool weekend. So like I was living in Berlin at the time, and by design, like I wanted to move and be away from all the things that I'd spent my life putting together, like mostly the car world and whatnot. But man, you don't realize when you're away from this how much you miss it, right? And like I just put out a little post on Instagram, being like, "Is anyone in Berlin into cars?" Of course, no one in Berlin's into cars, right?
What are they into in Berlin?
Ooh, some other pretty cool things, in fact, yeah. But yeah, that's when Raf from Switzerland hit me up, and he's like, "Well, I'm not from Berlin, but we're in Switzerland, and be sick to have you come to our event this weekend." This is like a Wednesday, so 15 or 20, 5-minute long European voice messages later. I flew over there.
I do love that.
Yeah, but we've started doing that too.
Yeah, we started doing it.
Yeah.
We're working on our European.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't speak German, but I leave 7-minute voice messages now, so it's close enough. But yeah, that was really cool. So that whole weekend, and then you happened to be there, and what a lovely time, of course, right?
Yeah.
Raf
hit me up also.
You got to drive, right?
I got to drive Raf's immaculate S14, and I was terrified, but I also knew everyone was watching, so I had to like kind of go hard also.
I can imagine they're like animal stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's some pressure, dude.
Yeah.
You like show up somewhere, they're like when I went and drove in Spain earlier in that trip, I was driving like pretty like boring. And one of the dudes was like, "Oh, you like feeling it out or something?" I was like,
"This is the best I got, man."
yeah, I was like I just didn't want to total my dude Soriano's E36.
Yeah.
Like, and it's right-hand drive, and it was like new track, and I was like, I'm just figuring it out. And then like I did drive better later, and they were like, "There you go, good job," or whatever. And I was like, "Oh man, the expectation's kind of high." So I came off that, and then I was like driving Ralph's car, and I was like, "Well, I can't warm up. I gotta just like huck it in there."
Yeah, I mean, he offered for me to drive too, but again, I was just way too hungover. Missed that opportunity, right?
That was such a cool event.
Yeah.
It was like a camp out 2-day thing in like this weird like French
military base,
military base where they used to like, I think, pack bullets for like World War II, but then now it's like a truck, like, but also training ground for like
the scope, the size of that. It was like it went as far as the horizon goes.
Dude.
You could just, and we were sleeping in this bunker, which was probably 40 meters long or longer, and there was 50 of these bunkers, right? This was a massive property, and then it had this like huge test track, like you mentioned, around the outside. Pretty cool, and they're all apologizing for the venue. Yeah. They go, normally it's at a better track, and I'm just like, I'm telling my friends I'm at a French military base. Drift event. Yeah, and there was a crazy storm too.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? It was like post-apocalyptic levels at night. So we're in these bunkers, and it's like lighting up like daylight.
That was cool.
Maybe
we slept in a tent.
You slept in a tent?
Yeah. Raph brought us a tent.
Oh, true.
Yeah. What did you sleep on?
We slept in one bunker and got kicked out because it was like we weren't part of the crew that was sleeping in there, and then got I think just on the ground with Fiji from Poland.
Yeah. That was such an eclectic drift crew to hang out, and
I love that though. I think the most eclectic one we had was the year after or later that year for Super D. That was a really good little group. Yeah. Mez again. Yeah. Swiss guys, French Thomas.
Yeah.
I love that with drifting, right? You get to meet just like such eccentric in many different flavors of people.
That's my favorite part.
Yeah.
And driving.
Yeah, the driving's pretty good too, yeah. But that's definitely the best bit. Right?
Yeah. Like, I think it gets brought up a lot but on the pod, but like the people that you meet through this it's like so easy to create lifelong friendships.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, you're also like really dedicated and kind of weird to want to do this.
Yeah, it's the weird. I couldn't care less about the dedication. It's the weird part that I like, right? And like, there's many other sort of subcultures and whatnot that you can be involved in, right? Whether it's music based or whatever else, that like give you a bit of that. But drifting just seems like there's a never-ending revolving door of just like really interesting out there people, right? Different personalities. Because normal dudes don't choose to do this.
No.
Not for a long time.
You have to be like a little unhinged.
Yeah.
And you also have to like, I don't know, it's such a weird like combination of traits that you need to have to like want to do this. I think that's why it's so easy to make friends doing it.
If you're going to put a label on the traits, what would they be?
Ooh, I hate that question.
Yeah.
It depends on the type of drifting you're doing. I think the people looking for like the niche, like, I don't know. Fuck, I don't want to sound it's hard to not.
I'll let you off the hook. It's fine.
Yeah. I mean, I think like the professional drifting people all have similar traits. It's like this like drive to be competitive and also want to be like a business, mind, and have like this whole kind of like program, and it's like that's a very specific group of personality traits. And then there's like the people who want to like drive hard and build cool cars and like also travel, and that's like a really small handful of people. Like I met Raph at final bout because they came out and they just wanted to check it out.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and then so it's like, and Soriano and like all those. Maybe I didn't meet Raph. I did. Yeah, I did.
He was there, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I met him. And like, I don't know. I think the reason we're like all able to really easily mesh is like we're all like willing to like get on a plane to go check out something and like enjoy the adventure that comes along with it, and then on top of that have like similar motivation for like what cars we like and how we drive them and that kind of stuff, and like finding your people within drifting. Like there's some people who have drift teams that are just, you know, totally different, but they're all super synced up on their desires and values and whatever. It's fucking sick.
It's so cool, man. And it's like you could spend 10 lifetimes doing this, and I reckon if I did, I would still have the hunger to keep meeting more people, right?
Yeah, I think the traveling portion is like something a lot of people are scared to do. You know, like it's hard to like leave the comfort zone.
It's expensive.
Yeah, for sure. And it's like you don't have to go and drift. Like just taking the time to go somewhere new and like meet people within drifting and go to like an event that you feel like would be sick.
Yeah, and like it's amazing with something like drifting, like the immediate camaraderie, right? Because if I meet anyone that's been doing this 5 years or more, instantly I might not know the person, but I know the shit they've been through to still be doing it, right? It just breaks your heart again and again. It's really tough, right? So it takes a certain sort of dysfunction or function in a person to continue with that. So right away, when you meet someone, there's like a little bit of camaraderie. And that manifests in international drifting with the fact that you can just message anyone, basically, and say, hey, I don't know you, but I'm coming to your town. And more often than not, that person is just willing to roll out the red carpet. And likewise you for them, you know.
Trait 1, masochist. That's a
suffering,
drifting, that's a global drifting trait.
God, yeah.
You gotta enjoy suffering a little bit. Even if you tell yourself you don't.
Yeah.
You wouldn't keep coming back, you know?
Yeah, I think that like with before when you were answering about what you thought is like a common trait with drifting, I think that most drivers that I meet or most people that are into it, there's something missing. You know what I mean? Like golf and renovating isn't enough. You know, like there's... Yeah, or maybe I'm projecting. Right?
No, I'm with you. Getting a new kitchen and playing golf is not my future.
Yeah, but it's really neat, and like this last couple of years, it's really reminded me of that. You know how much people are willing to go and do so much for you for no reason other than the fact that you share the same hobby. And that would never happen if it's like, oh, you like watching soccer?
Yeah.
I like watching soccer.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of other hobbies that are similar.
Yeah, there'd be anything else that's high barrier to entry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. But I've heard that like even like motorsports, like other types and forms of motorsports, people aren't quite as accepting, and it's more of like a, I don't know, it's not as communal.
Yeah.
It is, but it's not like, come on, let's party and I'll show you around my city. It's like, oh, you know, hey, what's up, you know?
Again, I think that's because the crowd's more eccentric and more weird. They're just, it's a whole different,
That's why it's awesome.
They're generally, not always, but like can be, I think they would weight more heavily to be like quite open people. Because like, they've otherwise there's something going on, you know what I mean? That they're still doing this.
Yeah, I think it's like, we're probably all like kind of descendants of adventurers.
Yeah.
You know, we weren't going to just like stay in town and make bread, you know?
That reminds me of the time that you said that you thought you would drifting's Anthony Bourdain.
I didn't say that. I said I would like to do Anthony Bourdain.
We can cut that part.
Fuck. Laura's dying. We'll leave it in. No, I was like,
this was a mistake.
I was in France and I was like sitting on a castle wall.
Yeah,
and I thought I had an epiphany, and I was like, I'm gonna.
I hate to do you like that because it was a really beautiful moment as well, and you said it so eloquently.
I was like, I want to travel around and like tell other people's stories. Was really the root of it, but you know, fuck you guys. You know, we can't. We all have bad ideas sometimes. I just have them more than most people.
No, I don't think it's a bad idea.
Yeah.
If not you, then who?
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if like I try to do the vlog thing like for like a little bit, like not very long.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, no one did. Yeah, Laura was like, "You are not good at talking to the camera."
But I don't think any girl dreams of having a boyfriend that vlogs.
Oh shit. Yeah. Yeah. They might be out there.
That's mean. I like vlogs. I like Mez's ones.
Yeah. Vlog, not a vlog.
Yeah.
Mez is such a character, dude.
Yeah. He might be the best we got. Yeah.
You think so? Mm-hmm. I might agree with you. I spent a week with Mez, and I was like, this is like one of... He's brilliant, and he's like high energy, but like, fuck, man, when you get him going on a rant, and he's like on... I've never laughed so hard in my fucking life, dude.
Oh, unreal, man.
Yeah.
I remember that time at Halfway Hangs, I felt like I was spectating a comedy club with you too. Yeah. Yeah. You know, it's funny, like he was around very early days with Hit and Run. He would come and shoot videos too, as early as Scott would. And of course, like I don't know if you've seen the early Wreckham videos. They're unreal, man. Like really, really cool. Like very much like skateboarding. I love his
song choices.
Yeah.
Like, he's got, He was definitely early on.
Yeah.
Making really sick stuff.
Yeah.
He made a DVD.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who's making fucking DVDs?
I know. I've got a pile of those still.
Yeah.
I don't know how I ended up with it, but I've got like a big stack of fresh, unopened Wreckham.
I have one somewhere. I want to put it up on the wall.
Yeah.
He gave it to me when I was out there. But yeah, staying with Mez, driving around in the Chevy van.
Yeah.
Also, getting to drink beers in the passenger seat in Australia is great. We can't do that here.
You can't do that there either.
Oh, really?
Nah.
He picked me up from the airport with a cooler, and we like immediately got trashed, and I got like the worst sunburn of my life, like 45 minutes into the trip.
I think that's part of the drift experience, but not for like a noble reason. It's just because we're all socially awkward. So it's like, let's get hammered immediately, so we don't have to connect in any kind of real way.
I'm gonna need some beers to talk to this guy. Like I've spent like maybe 20 minutes with him. Yeah. He's staying with me. Like we're gonna have to get drunk.
Yeah. With Mez and I had like a pretty interesting first few years of getting to know each other.
Yeah,
we actually butted heads heaps. Yeah,
you both very opinionated.
Yeah, I mean, I was definitely. I was at least 50% the problem. Yeah, but much like any I don't know if have you ever had that before? Like someone when you first meet them, and we were friends, but we would end up having a few beers and just arguing all the time, right? And I don't know if you've had this before, but quite often these friends later in life end up being like special in a whole different way. Like I love that guy in a way I don't think I would if we hadn't had all that before.
That's really interesting. I think so. Yeah, I've had a couple of those. Yeah, that's always like a unique one. You're like, I don't like him for some reason, and I don't like what he stands for. And then like later on, you're like, I like that guy, and I like what he stands
It's
for.
the girl you're throwing sand at in the in the sand pit, you know.
It's true.
Yeah.
I just want her to like me.
Yeah. But how cool and how lucky we are to get to experience all of this. And how funny that, like, you're born where you're born and I'm born where I'm born. And you could rattle off stories about 25 different people and I'd be like, oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
That's Mez, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Mez is the reason this podcast exists.
No way.
Yeah. I did him and... So Billy, who you met the other day, him and Billy had a podcast that they were doing. And they, like... It would just be them talking about motorsports or whatever. And they didn't even really talk about drifting much.
You didn't like it?
I mean, no, it was cool.
Or whatever.
I don't know. I didn't listen to it. I'll be honest. I didn't. I think I checked out like one of them. They had like Nigel on and stuff, so I listened to that one. It was cool. But they asked me to be a guest, and I was like, okay, sure. So I did it, and I was like, oh, this is really fun. I'm just gonna start my own.
True.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, that's the origins. So Mez getting ripped off again.
Yeah.
Which he loves.
Oh man.
But now me and Mez are like the announcers for Final Bout.
Yeah.
He's
you guys
I'm gonna say it now. He's coming back this year.
Yeah.
So
Is that like live?
That's people don't know that yet.
That's big news. Yeah.
I know. But they loved him last year.
Yeah.
And they tolerate me, so it's great.
He needs to be doing that. There's
Dude,
no
he's
one else.
so
There's
good.
no one else. Yeah.
He brings like a professional energy that I will never have to it, but he's also hilarious.
Yeah.
And like I bring experience.
We're not sure, but yeah.
I've done it a few times.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, getting to announce Final Bout with Mez is like I don't know. It's just having somebody you have like chemistry, like crazy chemistry with, like comedy wise, but then also doing something that you both like are very locked in on.
Yeah.
Is like it's so good. It's so easy.
And it wouldn't always be like that, right? Because you'd often get paired up with someone and you've got no chemistry with them.
I usually like try and pick somebody I do, but like for some, Mez is much better than me at it as far as like announcing and commentating and stuff. So it's like nice because I can learn from him, and then also we have chemistry. Like I was the one with the most experience, and I wasn't good at it, so I was like
me with drifting generally. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, it's cool. Your whole country of people and everybody I've met over there is just like such a unique individual, and like has so much personality and like character, and I don't know, I really respect Australia and the whole drift community out there.
I think so, but also again, it's because you're meeting the eclectic slice of just drifting, you know.
Yeah, I guess.
Look at who you know in Europe now. You could say the same thing, right?
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say the same thing about here, but I only know like 8 people. All weird.
What like pushed you to take a break from drifting? Because I know this is something that a lot of people listening haven't done yet, but have thought about, or have done and don't know when to come back or why, or have never even started drifting and are like scared to start. Like at what point were you like, okay, I need to like put this on the back burner?
Yeah.
And what brought you back?
I think mine, I wish I had like a more relatable story, but I think mine's probably more specific to me and my circumstance, because I do have thoughts on that, right? And I always try and encourage friends that I have who are like more younger and new into the sport to drift sustainably, because I've watched so many great people that drifting should still have move on because they burn themselves out on too big of a build or too much commitment or trying to go too fast too early. Like drifting's not going anywhere. You can do it forever if you just keep it sustainable, right? So I think that's probably the main thing that I see people. But for me, I took a break for 5 years or something, right? Or something like that. When I was about 30. And that's because I'd spent 7 or 8 years on the run with hit and run. And that had ramped up so quickly and so fast and so unintentionally. Like it was just accident, you know? And it kind of didn't burn me out, but I was 30 years old and all I knew was myself as this drift guy. And at the time, I always kind of pushed back on that. I always thought maybe I'm not just this. I could be other things too. And I don't know what that was, but I, for whatever reason, wasn't willing to accept that wholly. So I needed to just go back and, at the time, build a career, set myself up a bit better and whatnot. But it wasn't until those years gave me the chance to see what I'd walked away from the outside that you realize that sport is the wrong term, I hate to call it that. That pursuit was, it was there for me the whole time. And it was what I am, you know. I just think that when you're young, you think there's a lot of things that are going to capture your passion. There's a lot of things but sometimes you just get one. And for me, I got drifting. And I got back into it slowly here and there. It was tough because I would try an event and my car would break and then I'd stop again for a few months. But I don't know. I think that I just sort of dipped my toes back into it. And as someone who'd been at it for a few years, I thought no one would remember who I am. No one would care. Not that that matters, but I mean in terms of you need a support network around you to drive, you know. And I could not believe how supportive people were. You know, I went drifting for the first time in years, put up a little story just on my friends, on my Instagram thing, right? And was just like got so many messages from people who drift still and also don't, just being like, man, it like basically warms the heart to see me coming back.
I love that.
Yeah. And oh man, it gives me almost goosebumps thinking about it, right? Because I don't think a lot of people who are sitting there now who had a car 5 years ago, 10 years ago, and no longer have, I don't think they realize how much drifting is still there for them if they choose to come back, you know, because everyone in this community loves to see someone fall back into the fold. Especially dudes that have never stopped doing it, you know.
That's so true, dude.
Yeah.
Man. I love seeing somebody come back.
Unreal, man.
Yeah. I don't know, especially like if they're a part of your cohort, you're like,
yeah,
your generation, you're like, he's back, you know, that guy used to rip, you know.
And it adds so much color. There's a whole new personality coming back into it.
Yeah.
Really, really cool. So, I mean, anyone that was getting back into it, I'd do whatever I could to help support that, you know. And getting back into it and realizing how meaningful all of that is and the doors that it opens for you, not just for drifting, but just to travel and go to different parts of your country. I'm not talking even international, different parts of your country or overseas. And instead of just going there as like a tourist, you go there and like you're eating at fucking local places and you're wrenching in someone else's garage on their car and you're, you know, going to their local supermarket in some small town that no one else ever goes to. Like it just gives so much opportunity to experience the whole world in a way more meaningful way than you can without someone like this. And that's the sickest part, I think.
That's well said, man. Yeah, I think even if you're not driving, you can still be a part of the community in like a cool way. And I don't know, it's like a forever kind of fraternity, brotherhood, sisterhood, whatever you want to call it, like that you can't really shake. Like you've done your time. You've been through the pain of you know, totaling cars or blowing up motors and, you know, getting stranded and all the crazy shit that goes along with it. And it's like, it's hard to explain it to people that haven't done it.
I know. And like you might be, for me, when I was getting back into it, I was apprehensive because I felt like I wouldn't be able to drive anymore because drifting is not like riding a bike. It turns out it's actually quite difficult. And that's compounded again when you've been involved in something which had some visibility earlier on, like I had with Hit and Run. So I'd rock up to the car. I was worried about rocking up to the track, with a car with all these stickers on it that meant something to some people, and not being able to do the thing. But no one cares, man. People are just happy to have you back. So, yeah. If anyone's on the fence, do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to talk about what you're doing now, because I think I don't know, it's just so cool. Like,
It's so silly, man.
it's so sick.
Yeah.
So you're essentially, I don't know, you've been hanging out with the Europeans, and they finally convinced you to buy a car over there and just go drifting and road trip around, and like, I can't think of like a fucking sicker thing to be doing right now.
Man, again, it's like I said before, I thought that Hit and Run days would be, at the time I thought this is the best time of my life. And but now at this point, I think I've had about 10 different best times of my life, and this is up there, right? So purchasing, with the help of friends helping me get like a little E36 street car in France, and they're pretty expensive these days. So again, through this network of people who you barely know at the time but are happy to help you out, acquired this car. Total shitbox. I learned after I bought it that it hadn't moved in 10 years, or more. Like, picked it up and it's like, everything's wrong, misfiring and like blah, blah, blah. Anyway, fixed the thing, took it to Tomodori. Tomodori is like a style event too. So I've rocked up with a unpainted wreck of an E36. I ran that event for 2 days. Very poorly, I might add, because, again, not an awfully talented driver, and 200 horsepower with no handbrake is difficult. But had a lot of fun. And then drove that car immediately from the track across France, across the northern coast of Spain, into Portugal over the course of a week with my girlfriend. Just like booking hotels on the road at 9 o'clock at night. Man, it's unreal. Like, you're on the freeway in your own car in Europe, gripping that shitty deep corn steering wheel, sitting in your bucket seat, no headlining, no air conditioning. Your girl next to you, it's 8 o'clock at night, still bright because it's Europe. Booking a €50 hotel, and you're pulling up in the car park. Man, it's very special. Like, it's hard to say. I've been lucky to do so many things, but this feels really cool. And it's cool because it's not, a lot of the other stuff that I did with Hit and Run was always big, like a lot of people around, a lot of friends, a lot of coverage. This feels really personal. It's just like, driving my car through Europe. And of course, as drifting is, in Portugal, there's great people as well. So Portuguese Raf, I parked up in his backyard, spent 2 weeks with him, learning how to fix an E36 and just set that thing up. And then I'm basically here now because I can't stay in Europe with my visa too long. So I'm burning a month to before we go back and drive the south coast through to Monaco, up through the mountains back to France. I mean, the words coming out of my mouth, like, you know what I mean?
Unreal.
Like, how is it real? You know? And this is not that difficult, like the car was $3,000. Yeah. I said I wouldn't blow up the spot, but now I'm blowing up the spot.
It's okay, we'll do it first.
Yeah. I would love to do that with you.
Next summer.
Yeah. I told you when I bought it, I texted you and said, I bought us an E36.
Yeah, he did say that. He's like, I bought us an E36 in France. And then was sending me marketplace listings of E36s. 3 of them are still in my brain daily.
Yeah.
I wake up and I'm like, I should have bought that car.
Yeah. It feels like they're in a bit of a golden age right now. They're affordable drift cars, loads of little tracks.
Yeah.
Great wholesome community that isn't awfully spoiled by large amounts of money or lots of teams getting famous or anything like that. It feels like the stuff we all miss, really.
Yeah. It's like the drifting at the. They have like the high tier stuff and the high level competition with like Drift Masters, and they have all that kind of stuff, but there's still like a lot of accessible, like fun tracks that you don't need to pull up in like a crazy car. Because I feel like in the US, like the baseline of drift car at this point is so high.
Same in Oz.
Yeah, I did notice that.
The Swiss guys all laugh at me when we look at cars for sale and like everything has 600 squirrels, man. Like,
I call them bald eagles.
But yeah, I think that it's very, very, very good there. Yeah, and it's also really cool how like that as a continent, it has you cross borders so quickly, right? So events are very multicultural, and I love that you can look across the pits and you're like, oh, that's the Italian guys, and like, of course they look Italian, you know. Like it's perfect. Like the whole thing is just like,
can we just?
It's so much more colorful than.
Can
Australia.
We talk about
please.
Tomodori, the Italians pit?
Unreal,
dude. They brought a rug, like a full leather couch.
It was like a Chesterfield, man.
Dude,
yeah.
They had plants.
The first thing I said hello, and they made me an espresso.
They had an espresso machine, like a nice one.
Yeah. Plants, yeah, like everywhere, yeah, beautiful.
And
but I love how all the countries bring their own, origin of where they're from, and you can see that all over the style of the car and the way they carry themselves in the pits.
Yeah, it's cool.
And you walk around and you're talking to people from 5 different countries.
Yeah,
it's very sick.
Yeah, I do like that a lot. It feels like a new frontier in a way. I'm happy you're like, I mean, there's people there pioneering, but you're kind of like going like.
I love the American. Europe might be a new frontier.
You guys gotta both stop laughing at me. You guys are praying for my fucking downfall with everything I say.
No,
it's sick, dude. I don't know. I want to go check it out. I don't know. It was cool to go and like see. That's what I'm saying. Getting to travel and like meeting new people and like going to like a new event series or whatever in another country is like the coolest thing ever. Like I see some of these guys are going down and like judging in Brazil or whatever, and I'm just like, like they're probably having the fucking time of their life down there.
That's what I mean. You could spend 10 lifetimes doing this.
Yeah.
And you still wouldn't run out of things to do.
I think like 10 years ago I was in Lima, Peru, and someone's like, hey, we're going streeting tonight, come drive my 836, and we were like leaving that morning.
Way. In Peru?
Yeah. And this is 10 years ago.
Was that like you were there for a car thing, or you were just like in the
with
car
some friends, and we were going to go to Machu Picchu, like we were flying to Cusco that night, so I couldn't go.
Unreal.
And I was like, I still think about how sick that would have been.
That would have been sick, yeah.
And maybe terrifying.
Yeah.
But really cool.
Yeah. So I don't know if what I'm doing in Europe is for everyone, but for me it's very, very special. Like I would like to keep doing this.
Yeah. I think it is very difficult. I said I told you when I was in Japan, I was like, I might be a little too neurotic to own a drift car in another country. Because like it is like this weird, like almost like helpless feeling where you're like relying on not just somebody for their knowledge, but their like access to
the simplest things.
You're like, I need tires, or like, well, what do I do?
It's actually kind of cool though, because it makes you realize how capable you've become in your own country.
True.
Because when I'll be doing this stuff in France, it'd be like, I would have 20 of the smallest problems. It'd be like, I can't get spark plugs, and I'm like a helpless, you know what I mean? Like depending on someone else to show me where to get this. And then if you like add all those things up, you probably don't realize when you do your thing that you're probably leveraging 50 different bits of kind of niche knowledge that your average person doesn't have.
Yeah.
Just to get through that one of 3 days of prepping your car,
Yeah. The amount of things that we like learn and pick up over the, I don't know, I guess it's weird to say I've been doing this like 15 years, but like I swear I told everyone I was like, I'd been drifting for 10 years for like
10 sounds good.
a long time.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, there's just, I don't know, it's just such a like crazy amount of knowledge to carry with you, but like it's really cool when you can like put it into action in like a challenging environment. And it's like, I agree, dude, it's such a great test of your grown skill to be in a place where you just can't apply it.
Yeah.
Like, or you can't like ask anybody for help or whatever. You like don't need this, and like you have to really be able to adapt. And
you're battling with the smallest problem.
Yeah.
And you're like, man, I change engines, motherfucker. Why can't I get this wheel bearing on, you know?
Dude, what a sick way to spend time. I don't know. I think, yeah, getting to drive around Japan, I'm like, I want to do that in like every country.
That would be sick.
Like getting to drive around in a drift car in like pretty much anywhere. Like there's these guys that go on like, you know, chopper trips on like whatever. There's like some guy who rode a chopper through Afghanistan or whatever. And it's like, that's cool. Like my version of that is like a drift car in another country.
You know, they've got drifting in Afghanistan. They have to.
They have to.
It's everywhere.
Yeah. They have YouTube. They've been watching it.
You
for
sure
years.
about that?
You know, I don't know actually.
Yeah. But there's so many.
China doesn't.
Like you mentioned Peru. Like Peru, Brazil. I've not even thought about that before. You could spend easily a couple of years just exploring that and nothing else.
You know, they have some super sick
immersing
jungle
yourself.
covered cart track that's like absolutely gorgeous that none of us have ever seen.
I know. Yeah, some of the tracks are just you're so used to what you're used to, and you go to these places and it blows your mind. Like, did you know in Portugal I was told there's a track and you drift for free because there's a bar attached to the track and the drifters are the entertainment for the bar.
That's fucking crazy.
I know. And that's just like one. There's like so many, when you go around, these just strange like nuances that surround these different, you know. I know, man.
That sounds awesome. Like, what, so you just show up and...
I think so. And like it's a track, not a skid pan from what I've been told, yeah.
What?
Probably some Portuguese drifters listening right now being like, it's garbage, blah, blah, blah. But like, sounds sick to me.
Yeah, from the outside, I'd be there.
Yeah. Well, we will be next year.
We're going to.
Yeah,
Okay, cool. Yeah, I can't wait. Don't tell anyone.
Yeah.
We won't tell anyone the name of it.
Yeah. So that's what for the now at least. That's how I see my future with drifting. Is I just want to do more of that. Of course, it's nice to progress or get better at driving, but that's the backseat for me. I'm happy just to drive a crummy car in different locations and meet people, and you know.
One would say you're gonna be the Anthony Bourdain of drifting. You guys are never gonna let me live that down.
I wouldn't take that away from you. Yeah.
Oh, I fucking hate that.
Yeah. But even like, I mean, America's probably up there with the biggest countries for drifting. You could do a lot here.
Yeah, we need to get you a C5 Corvette.
I've never turned a tire in America, ever.
Ever,
yeah. I mean, in rental cars, I have done burnouts, but I mean, I haven't drifted a car in America, Yeah,
we gotta change that.
Yeah, so I think that, like, isn't that exciting, though? Because now I went to say I would like to do that in the future. Then I realized, that'll probably be in 5 years because there's a lot to do for me to explore with Europe. I haven't even thought about Eastern Europe yet, right? But, like, how sick to think, well, then after that, I can maybe look at America in a shitbox American car, you know? It's like the rest of my life. There's a lot of fun things to do.
Yeah, it's endless.
Yeah.
And that's like what makes this so fucking cool.
I know.
Is there's an avenue for everything.
And it is what you make it. Like what I like is very specific. There's 100 different colors on the spectrum of how to do this.
Yeah, you could tell somebody who like their goal is to be like a professional drifter what you're
Yeah.
doing, and they'd just be like, why the fuck would you want to do that?
Yeah.
And you're like, you know, and it's like there's just so many different avenues. Like, it's fucking cool. And like, I think that's just part of something growing. You know, the culture of drifting is getting so large and like turning
So big. And I can't believe the influence that America and Australia, to a lesser degree, has on these places. Like when we went to Tomadori, we're walking around the pits. You're signing people's cars. I could barely get a word in half. You did.
That didn't happen.
You did. You signed someone's visor or something, I think.
Oh yeah, I think it was definitely an E36.
Yeah, yeah. I love that you're like, it didn't happen.
No, that happened.
Yeah.
That one's still weird for me, but it's cool. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't know if he's like the pod or the car or whatever, but it's like, it's cool to be
But
able
how
to
cool
do that.
I mean, when you're putting these things together, when you're doing what you're doing, you're probably not considering the tangible reality of how many people are influenced by that.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
When we lost power and had to start this podcast
Yeah.
over, I'm not thinking about how sick it is that some dude in France is gonna listen to it and learn English and also get to know somebody. But that's fucking cool.
I don't think you learn English
From
for
this.
animal style.
No, you better not be learning English from this fucking podcast. Fuel Lab. I gotta stop doing this singing intro. Dude, Fuel Lab. Fuel Lab sent me to Japan with a whole bunch of goodies. And I'll tell you that the Fuel Lab products weren't the problem that I was having with the car. We did figure it out, but I chucked a new fuel pump in there, fuel pressure regulator, and that stuff was singing, man. I got it in the drift car. I got the brushless pumps. I got the drop-in standard pump in the S14 in Japan with the fuel pressure regulator and the fuel filter, and that's the combo. That's the magic combo. And if you use code GOODEST on the Fuel Lab site, that's going to save you some money. And go get yourself some good stuff, man. Like, they hand built my fuel pressure regulator in front of me. I went to Fuel Lab on my way back from the East Coast. I just showed up in St. Louis. Like, there's literally a dude sitting at a table assembling these guys for you as you order them. That's sick. That's really cool. You're not going to get that from some other companies. So run over there, run it up. You can also get Fuel Lab on the Goodest Co site, but you're going to get a better deal right now if you buy it through them. So for now, Goodest at checkout on the Fuel Lab site, it's going to save you a pretty penny, especially if you're getting one of those like big brushless setups. So it's what all the animal style boys are running. It's good stuff. Go check it out. You ever like dug through an old vintage car magazine and been like, man, what the fuck, dude? Like, what happened? Drifting is so sick right now. We're in like another echelon of modern day drifting. And like, the one thing that I miss from the old days of car culture was flipping through a magazine. And Tommy Roberts and I were talking about it on the podcast we did. And guess what, dude? Someone in the comments was like, dude, you're literally talking about Wrecked Magazine. I always thought Wrecked Magazine was like an online thing, like Speed Hunters or whatever, because it was. Like, Andy Sapp was like part of the beginning, all that. Super deep lore. But they legit have like modern day drift full magazines. It's not like one of those little zines or whatever. It's like a full color featured. It's like modern day US Dory 10. And you can go get a subscription right now and literally get like updated on current drifting and like interviews with people within drifting. It's so sick, dude. I love to see it. Wrecked Mag, Goodest Cast. We're out here bringing the 2000s. We're bringing the 90s back. We're bringing skateboarding from the 90s back, one podcast and magazine at a time. There weren't podcasts back then. That doesn't make sense. Anyway, check it out. Wrecked Mag. You're not going to be disappointed. Eurobahn, San Diego. All right. Do you have a German vehicle? Do you have a car that's hard to diagnose or work on? Do you just have something you want to get brakes done on? The homie Jake over at Eurobahn San Diego took care of me fat with my E36 street car. He was able to do like so much on this car, and it just doesn't deserve it. This man's meticulous. He's gonna do good work. He works on everything from Bentleys to E46s, like whatever you want, anything in between. And he's a good dude. He's gonna take care of you. He's very meticulous. This man cares about vehicles. He's a drifter just like us, but he's worked on GT3s and pretty much everything you can imagine at this point, Lamborghinis and stuff. So it's not, you're not getting drift car work, you're getting professional, lifetime mechanic, attention to detail, but you're supporting a drifter, which is what we care about over here at the Goodest Cast. So check him out, Eurobahn, San Diego. If you got family out there, let them know. If you're around, pop over. He's the man. I don't know if there's any stories from the Japan trip stuff. I'm sure you got like a million, but it's hard to like pull one up.
Yeah. I mean, but we were like, it was such a cool time to go to Ebisu because it wasn't like we were not the first to do it, and it had been going for a while, but it was way less mainstream than it is now. So when you went there, we stayed at Andy and Emily's house, you know, and like they would show us how to make breakfast, and they would come to dinner with us, you know, 4 nights a week and get hammered. It was the full service. It was very, very good. And it wasn't just like, gee, they were great times, but it wasn't just like for the sake of it, you know, they would get hammered. You know, I remember like Emily fell through the window at not glass window, but it fell through like this opening in the in like a Japanese restaurant one night, and we had a jousting match in the car park with the flags for the restaurant. Like we had great times, man. But Scott Mitchell really wanted a watermelon, so I broke into the kitchen and started demanding a watermelon for him. Like it was silly, you know, it was a silly time.
I can't imagine being the chef and you coming in trying to get a watermelon.
Yeah, I know. And how, I mean, there's other stories now I'm thinking about, but they get a bit gross. I don't know.
Oh man.
Yeah. But that was a very hard and fast introduction to me into overseas drifting and whatnot.
Yeah. What was it like coming back with like new skill and kind of like being immersed in drifting culture? Like, did it change drifting for you at home?
I mean, I could drive now. Yeah, it did a bit. It came at an unfortunate time though, because I was at the tail end of building the 1J 180, which was a very complicated build for me at the time, you know, like fuel cell, dog box, all the wiring, all the stuff that I'd wanted for all these years, and I had that. And then I went to Ebisu, by my second lap in a stock JZX, and I was like, oh, I've made a huge mistake back home. This feels really, really good. Yeah. And ever since then, I would say that that's my favorite car. Like I love how they feel. And then spent the next few years, anytime there was a cheap flight to Japan, which would happen 3 times a year, scrape together enough cash to just burn 6 pairs of tires, fly over, do it. Yeah.
How many times do you think you went?
Like 10, 12, something like that.
Wow.
Yeah. Usually just with like driving with like one mate or something, which was I mean, drifting's great in a lot of ways, but I love when you just pair it up with one person and you just, are you out of tires? Yeah, I am too. Go inside, flip some stuff. You hungry? Let's stop. Let's get some water. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. How good is the cafe at Ebisu?
Man, amazing.
Yeah.
You cook on a little grill. The water machine puts ice out at the same time when you put it under. I thought that was fantastic. And you drive there with your little drift car. Yeah. Is it still like that?
Yeah, they don't have the water and ice machine. I saw that, and I was watching old hit and run videos today, and I saw that. I was like, "What?"
Yeah, incredible. Yeah,
it was cool to see. Like, I watched back like a few hit and run videos today because I was just like, I know I saw all these 15 years ago. It's hard to say that, but like, fuck, like right when I was getting into drifting, and I'm like, holy shit, like. That's Jack. That's my friend. Like, he's the one playing Dr. Dre in the beginning of the video. Like, what? Yeah. That's so cool.
Yeah, I was the class clown for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely got a couple zingers in.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that was the years after that was so cool. Almost better than the big group trips. Being able to do that, really, really special. And that's why by the end of it all, it kind of came to an end, just because the car had had enough, and all those years, and I didn't change anything on the car. It like it didn't break any more than it was when I got it. Like the clutch would slip if you tried to dip it when you weren't fully throwing the weight around. The rear turbo, so 90, so it's twin turbo, was blown the entire time, so it didn't have a whole lot of power. But it was just perfect. Like it was just, you would not make an excuse. The car was unreal to drive. And then by the end of it though, I had a pretty big wreck at Nico, and bad enough that it broke the wheel, sort of not off the car fully, but snapped the coil over and messed up all the rear end. And my mate's car who hit me was my fault. I spun. And my mate's car who hit me can opened the whole thing. You could put your hand through the rear quarter into the boot. Those things are soft, the back of a JZX.
Oh, yeah.
And we always say when you hit one side, the other side shifts out of sympathy. They're pretty easy to bend. Anyway, the
Just
thing...
like an E36.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Well, the back's pretty stout, but if you hit the back hard enough like this, it'll shift over.
Oh, I didn't know that. Great.
Yeah. There's a couple places you can cut to save it from doing that.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Inside knowledge.
Yeah.
So the car was I put it back together. I changed the control arms and everything in the snow outside Team Orange at Ebisu. It was terrible. But it never drove the same. It was all not right and stuff. And it got to the point where there was this thing that was so meaningful to me, like this car that I'd had such amazing times with. And I was faced with the choice of either I haven't got the money to fix this, properly, and I don't have the network to do this over there, or just scrap it. So then I chose to ship it back to Australia. The idea being that you just drink beers and stare at it and think of the old times. And but of course it doesn't go like that. So it arrived fresh off the boat, and it looked even worse in the light of Australia than it did at Ebisu. It was trash. You want to ship this? Yeah, I know. And I was entered in halfway hangs, and I think Zach expected me to come in the 180. Oh, yeah, I don't know. I know he's never given me grief about it, but, halfway is a pretty high standard of car. People will build all year, and I brought my thing. It still had the paint on the windscreen from the shipping and stuff. I don't think I'd done anything to it and just brought it straight there. And then Idle Hands ended up restoring it, basically.
Do you still have it?
Yeah, I still got it, yeah. It's disassembled because my friend Jake and I did a really over-the-top restoration on it, smoothed the engine bay. It's got metal wide body. Whoa. Out of necessity because there was no rear quarter left. Yeah. And it's super cool. It looks really great. It just took too long to fix. So then I got sidetracked and built the 180 that I have, the RB25 car that I have now. I built that at the same time because I was just itchy. And then that's a great car to drive, so I just haven't really finished that thing.
Yeah, and you said you were thinking about maybe sending the JZX back to Japan.
Well, it needs a purpose, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
How crazy is that to ship a car home to fix it and then send it back to have it live another life?
I know. I'm not an efficient guy.
But it's so cool. Yeah. It's kind of romantic.
Yeah. Or maybe it's better to bring it here. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. But cars are a vessel for me for making memories and doing things, right? And as special as that car is to me, and as much as I would be sad if it got wrecked, it's doing nothing sitting there, Yeah. So I figure just put it on the line, go make some, new history with it would be nice.
Yeah.
And Japan is the obvious choice when you're in Australia because it's so close, and because you can register a car in Australia and then drive it on the street in Japan.
You guys are pretty lucky with that one.
As many are doing, yeah. Can I do that here?
I don't know. Probably not. You should look into it.
We should look into that, yeah.
Because that'd be very cool.
Yeah. But that is cool. But the car that I have now, like the 180, is special too. You know, the one with the blue. Because that was like an early hit and run car. So I built that from a shell, but it was already a team member's car that had been around since before I'd started drifting.
Wow.
As well. So it's kind of special in its own way too. So I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty lucky actually when it comes to the current.
Yeah, that's something I think about a lot with like drifting and drift cars. Like it's obviously not like a Le Mans like winner or whatever that's gonna get put in a museum, but like they're still,
They're
maybe
special.
like 100,000 people who have like seen that car, and then it's just gonna like you're gonna sell it, and then somebody's gonna make it their own, and it's gonna cease to exist.
You part it out because the diff's worth $1,000 or something. Yeah, it's a waste.
I think about that a lot. Like, will there ever be like a point in which drift? I mean, I'm sure like competitive drift cars will probably. I mean, they probably put those on the back shelf or whatever, and.
But for me, it's like the personality cars I like the most.
Yeah.
I would say that yours fits into this box. They've got this kind of like a different kind of factor to them. They're more than the sum of their parts. They've got a bit of an attitude. They've got a bit of the owner sort of shows through them. And those sort of cars I would love to see preserved.
Yeah. And the Peterson.
Yeah.
At some point.
But
shitty drift cars of of the 2020s,
But imagine if that existed,
Yeah.
Imagine if Julian's S14 was still as it was.
Yeah. But you part it out because you need money to build a new car.
I know. There was no other path for me. I had to part my car out, the 180, but like that would have been sick to have that together.
I parted out my S13.
Yeah.
You have to do it. I wish I still had that car.
Well, don't wreck this one.
This one's on the way to being a fucking lawn ornament.
Yeah.
Like strut towers are cracking. I mean, I don't know. It's all like fixable stuff, but I'll be honest, like going to Japan and driving the S14, I haven't driven a car that hasn't been crashed a bunch in a while.
Oh, true.
I'm like, oh, this thing's really solid.
It feels really good.
And like before I left to Japan, I was like, this car's fucking perfect. Like I wouldn't change a thing. And I came back and I drove it and I was like, dude, the front end is so soft. Like,
true.
Yeah.
And you're saying that in the spectrum of like, you've driven S chassis before.
Yeah.
So you know what to expect, but this one felt great.
And it wasn't.
And you know where this one should be.
Yeah. Like, I think this car used to feel really good. Yeah. It's kind of like...
But the front of these feels... That's my first impression driving these. The front of these feels incredible.
Yeah, I think mine doesn't. And I need to fix that.
You made it worse.
That's what happens when you push the strut towers in on each side, like, multiple times.
Well, they like to move themselves around a little bit, too.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. They got wanderlust. That's terrible.
Tower lust.
Yeah.
I don't
like talking about cars as much.
Yeah. It's more fun talking about the philosophy of drifting.
Yeah, drifting, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's nice to try different cars, I think. Like it's nice to fool around with different chassis and stuff. And especially even that opens up new doors into communities, like I've just dipped my toe in this BMW world and so many people are excited to just have someone new coming in to do that, so I think there's a lot to be done just through exploring different cars and sub-communities within drifting.
Would you ever thought you would own an E36 and drift that, or is that like, it just kind of fell into place because of where you were, but now you like the car? Do you not like the car? Like, how does that?
I haven't thought about that, but no, I've never thought about one. But I drove Raf's compact at a French event 2 months ago, and right away was like, well, this is sick. And the fact that everyone had them, it gave me very much like golden era Ebisu vibes, but instead of a terrible JZX, beautiful BMW, luxury saloon. And I just wanted to be involved in that. Man, you go to the track and out of 30 cars, 25 are E36s. It's like something's happening. Yeah. You got to taste that, man. It's like... Yeah. So we'll see where it goes.
Yeah, I like this era of Jack.
Yeah.
Very diverse.
Yeah. I do think next, like, little Corvette in America would be great,
I think-
but not a good one. Like yeah.
I think you need one with like an American flag on the hood, and
Yeah.
like some fucking.
Yeah, or maybe it's red and super sunburnt. Like,
Even better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do the C5s have T-tops? I don't know. I don't know much about Corvettes, but it needs to have some kind of topless option.
There's someone like listening right now being like, they're all T-tops. Oh.
Dude, you'd be surprised how many people probably like punch the dash listening to this podcast when I like say some shit that just does not work.
Yeah.
T-tops, that's a Trans Am, dumbass.
So for you're thinking maybe the next stage might be Sylvia stuff?
I don't know. I had some thoughts at the last event. I'm like, this chassis is like fucking torched. I can just keep doing fab stuff. Like the lollipops have ripped out. I had those fixed. Both sides, one side twice.
I know what that is now.
Yeah.
A month ago I didn't.
It's a thing that happens. You got to be careful of.
Yeah.
I'm
learning now that with BMWs, like every car has its problems. You know, like SRs might throw a rocker, you know, every now and then. JZX, every 100,000 kilometers, the harmonic balancer isn't happy.
Yeah.
BMWs, every single piece of metal that's bolted to the body underneath the car that supports the suspension wants to leave the body of the car.
Not a selling point.
No, just trying to keep them cheap right now, you know.
Yeah, it's the ultimate driving machine until it drives itself in half.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have a lot of chassis reinforcement stuff. Like pretty much the rear strut towers are like trying to leave the car.
But do you think like you might just fool around and flirt with Sylvia stuff for a bit, then come back?
I don't know. I don't think I'll ever get rid of that car. Like I'll probably fix it.
You can't.
Yeah, I just don't know if it's gonna I don't know if it's like gonna stand up to abuse as much as it used to. Like it's getting. The guy that talked me into buying an E36 was this dude Todd Ho. He was like friends with my shop mate, and I was like kind of on the fence. I was like trying to figure out what to get next, and he like I was like leaning towards E36, and he really like pushed me over the ledge. And he's like, they're really strong cars until they reach a breaking point, and then they're just fucking paper mache. And I was like, okay, good to know. And I've had
You've reached that breaking point, I think.
Yeah, a few times. And like I don't know, I've had the car like 10 years. I don't even know how many events it's done at this point. Like, I don't know how many laps it's done. Like,
well, you got to be the change you want to see in the world, so I think you can't pull that thing apart.
No, I would never part that car out at this point. Like,
I don't think I would ever part a drift car out again now.
No,
with that regret that I've had from that in the past.
And what's crazy is I was talking to Julian about this, and like he was like a big advocate for like not getting an E36, but just because it's like we're an S chassis team, and like, you know, why you want to like get this car that, you know, we can't share parts or whatever. It wasn't like a, you know, fuck you kind of energy. And then I was like, yeah, I like kind of think I want to maybe try my hand at like building a S chassis again. And he was just like, why? Your car drives so good. And I'm just like, like, here we go, full circle. Like, it's kind of funny that he's seeing it as like, you know, part of the team, and like that's like your.
And it's a huge part of you. I think like when I think of like, take this away and put you in the car that most other people have, and like it would still be sick. And who knows, maybe you could elevate to a whole different level in terms of driving and whatnot. But like, it's pretty awesome that you've taken it this far, and it probably means a lot to a lot of people.
Yeah, I'm definitely not ready to give up on the chassis yet. I was just the thought of like, do I want to reshell? I don't want to reshell because I don't want to get rid of the car. Yeah. So it's like I'd rather like start fresh with.
Also, it's like
different.
It's an M3.
It is an M3.
It's the least fortunate M3 to roll out.
The license plate I got for it when I first got it was ruined 3.
Yeah, I know that because on Assetto it has that.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Fuck. All right.
Because like Ryota and I practiced all night and did your little Assetto competition, and you didn't even play ours on the podcast.
Oh, when I did the comp.
Yeah.
Oh, I mismanaged the fuck out of that, dude. There's a lot of people like, dude, you didn't even.
I cut that. I did an edit and everything. Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
Heartbreaker, man. Yeah.
Wow, I'm a fucking dick.
I changed
probably like 10 more people listening. What happened to me?
I changed my mind. Crushed the thing.
I almost got purist cringe, like PRSTCR.
That's such a leap.
Yeah, but
you can't just take every vowel out and hope for the best.
That's what I did with my last name on Instagram. And people are like, have no idea what that is.
Yeah.
So you're right.
Yeah. Where do we go with that from now?
I don't know. I had such a good time fucking hanging out with you guys at Halfway and Dylan. It's cool you guys, like really took care of Julian when he's out there, and Ryan and Julian came out and got to drive with you guys. And
that's an honor, really. Like it's for Julian to come out and give us the opportunity for him to stay with us and show him around and shit, because obviously he's at the very top of it all, So like, I don't know, it's felt very, very nice to be accepted into your little group and whatnot for us.
That's crazy.
And I would speak for the guys and they would say the same. I'm extremely proud to have you guys as friends, for sure.
That's unreal. I feel the same.
Yeah, I don't know how though, because I sit there and I'd be like, you guys are driving at the upper echelon of drifting,
Yeah.
anyone with, like I would say like generating notoriety and making an impact on the pursuit of drifting more than any other team is, I think, in the Western world. And then we are a bunch of guys that did garage burnouts and got drunk.
I mean,
all the way to
I think it's the same thing.
Yeah. I couldn't believe even when that happened, like we ended up being sponsored and shit at a time when in Australia pros weren't finding it pretty hard to get name sponsors. Like you'd have Bill's Concreting.
Yeah, on your door.
And we had Falcon Tire and Sony.
Yeah.
For doing burnouts in the garage. Yeah.
I mean, that's just what people want to see. I think relatable is like what sells stuff. It's what like gets people. I don't know. Yeah, what was it hard to get those brands? Like,
Man,
did they reach out to you guys? Like,
no, I did, but like I reached out to them. But I actually we never didn't get a single sponsorship that we went for.
Really?
Yeah. Actually, there was one, which was Victoria Bitter, the beer company.
Oh,
and I would message them once a year and be like, come on. And they'd be like, we don't want to associate alcohol and
driving.
Yeah, and whatever you're doing. But yeah, because we really were heavily influenced by American drifting to begin with. We loved the early Drift Alliance stuff. We were crazy for like Keep Drifting Fun, all that sort of thing. And in a lot of those early videos, those days of Formula D, Falcon was all over everything, right? So I was just like, well, if I want something on the rear quarter, I want Falcon. That looks really sick.
Yeah.
So I hit them up and we got lucky and got them.
Yeah, that's so cool.
And then we had Sony because a friend that I'd known who went to the same school as me was involved with Sony, and great guy, Tony. And we ended up lining that one up, and he and I are still friends to this day. And then
so sick.
Yeah. And there were otherwise other than that, it was really just Phoenix that were helping us out. And again, Adrian I would still call a good friend today as well. So I don't miss sponsorships at all. Like I think that for me took the fun out of it a bit, having to feel like I needed to be responsible for more than myself if the cars broke, and not be able to produce media. But really happy I did that because I came out of it with some really close friendships too.
Yeah.
And it's a great memory to be like, well, we had that,
Yeah. It's not many people can say they got sponsored by Sony.
Yeah.
That's fucking sick.
We lost so many of those little cameras. And like not always in the way that like I remember like Tony being like, Scott asked for like 10 more cameras. Like he lost them boogie boarding.
In the early days of Animal Style, we got sponsored by GoPro.
Really?
Yeah.
That was a big one to have back
Yeah.
then.
Yeah. I don't know how it happened. I think this dude, Jared Thompson, who was like, kind of like, was he Animal Style? He was like Animal Style in proximity. He was a really fucking good driver, from this area and like friends with.
Yeah.
And he was like a driving instructor at Sonoma, and at one point they had like a deal with GoPro, and I guess he like talked to them for us and like made like a whole kind of like connection and stuff. And the sponsorship was like 10 GoPros, but that's a big deal to broke drifters, you know?
And you get to tell your parents that you're sponsored by GoPro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put it on your Hinge profile.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like how you
or
like me
Tinder back
How
then.
you like me now?
Yeah.
Like,
GoPro sponsored professional driver.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, having sponsors is stressful.
Yeah.
I think it like does add like a additional layer of pressure to provide something. Like it's like you can't just go to an event and like drive and then go home and like not think about anything. I don't know. I do see that.
Yeah. And for me, like looking back, like my aspirations in drifting aren't big enough to require, because sponsorship's definitely necessary at a certain level, I think, for most people.
Yeah.
But I'm happy to just dance beneath that threshold, do my own thing.
I think that's probably why the quote unquote golden era of drifting that we like are seeking out is so enticing.
Yeah.
Because it's like
does away with all of that.
Yeah, exactly. And I think so many people are trying to do the sponsorship route and like, I don't know, create some kind of, I mean, because fucking this shit's expensive and you want to like take it to the next level, and so you feel like that's the only way to do it, but it does take something away from it.
It'd also be like disingenuous of me to want to take that away from other people, because it's very easy to sit and go, well, I had that and I can say it's not worth it, or it's silly. It's silly for other people to pursue that, you know, like. No,
it's not silly at all.
Yeah, so I don't want to. I'm not speaking ill on it, but like, just for me, I worked out. And much like anything in life, you go through and you realize what doesn't feel good and what feels good for you, and that wouldn't be something that I would probably return to.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you gave me a hoodie.
I did.
Actually, I think I paid for it.
Maybe. I don't remember. I've given away a lot of stuff and I've sold a lot of stuff. I can't remember who got what. But yeah, I don't know. I think the merch stuff is pretty fun. And like having sponsors with the podcast is nice, because like this, as you can see, we have a very serious operation here.
Yeah.
You know, and like it's cool to have partners that just kind of like get that this is like a weird thing and we're going to talk about aliens and
but it's super fun. It's super fun in like a validating way. Like how cool that like you can just be like driving around a racetrack, messing some tires up, hitting your friends, and like a company recognizes that and says, we'd like to be involved in that. Like that's actually a really nice angle to it.
That is the coolest thing.
Yeah. And then you feel good like when you put the sticker on your car. Like it's I understand.
Yeah, I think it's like a next tier that like people want to get to. And I think that's wholesome. Yeah. And it is cool. Like it does feel good. It's like, oh yeah, Bill's Concrete gave me like $3,000 for the year.
I thought you were going to say gave you like 3 bags of concrete.
They came and did my driveway.
Yeah. Have you ever had any? Have you ever had any obscure sponsors that gave you like?
Oh shit! I got a good story about this. One, I tried to reach out to Blue Chew to get them to sponsor the podcast.
Sick.
Because I thought it'd be really funny to do like my own ads, but then they told me that I would just have to like read copy, and then they told me I didn't have enough listeners, so that ended. But like a long time ago, when I first did my very first track day, it wasn't a track day, it was Redline Time Attack, which was like a touring time attack series. And I used to have this front wheel drive NA Lancer like a Mitsubishi.
Yeah, we have that. Yeah.
There's this tuning shop called Works who were like, yeah, we're trying to have a bunch of customers come out. We're gonna like do a livery on your car. Like we want to like show up really like, tough at Sears Point or Ray Sonoma essentially. And I went and made like a sponsorship proposal that I printed out with like a printer and like put it on paper.
Yeah.
And I like went around to all these like random places, like literally like I was selling magazines,
Like what sort of places are we talking about?
I went to my favorite sandwich shop, Michael's Sourdough.
Even better than I expected.
Yeah, they gave me $50.
Like in store credit or
no, they gave me $50. They're like, we're gonna give you what we give everybody. Like if we don't care if you're like a T-ball team or whatever. Like
Michael's sandwiches are getting hit up regularly enough to have a regular package they hand out.
Yeah, I guess so.
Fantastic.
That's what it tells you.
Yeah.
I still go to Michael's Sourdough.
Yeah.
That's my shit. And I got them. I got $200 from a plastic surgeon's office. And a discount on a boob job. So what else? I got like some other weird fucking sponsor. I think it was like an auto body shop, but the guy was like a total tweaker and was like,
oh, true.
He's like, you're gonna crash it and bring it here, so might as well sponsor you.
Just another way that drifting takes you down these weird corners and paths and stuff, right?
Yeah.
The things that you.
Yeah, I got third place.
Did you really?
Yeah, front wheel drive street class.
I had no idea. Is that like it's a similar thing to, it's like the front wheel drive Evo platform, right?
It's like the Evo 10 chassis, but like front wheel drive
it's
and
new.
non-turbo.
Okay. Yeah, I thought it was like an old thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Because those cars, like those early Lancers, were massively impactful in the Australian car show.
They're sick. I wanted an Evo, but
No, not the Evo, like the regular,
really?
Lancer and Mirage. Like they were like in the early Australian car show scene. That was a thing to have. Yeah.
I wanted that body style, but
yeah. Maybe that can be the next one after the little BMW is done.
They had a drift. Works had a drift Evo. They had like an Evo 7 drift car that they like use for like demos and stuff.
Yeah. Well, Team Orange had one too.
They did. I think they had it way before Works.
Yeah. I've got a piece of it on the wall of my shed. Yeah. Because Andy Gray was coming to drive World Time Attack in the 100 years ago, and Jono from Hit and Run was working there, and he just like I must have just built my workshop or something, and he was like, Jack needs something for the wall, and he was like sick. Begrudgingly threw a piece of the Team Orange car into the
like, I was saving that.
Yeah. No, I think it was just in a pile of trash.
Speaking of crazy like Ibisu stories, didn't like Frank Ocean hang out with one of your teammates?
Yeah, that was Jono as well.
Yeah, I heard about that.
He got like Frank Ocean just like rocked up, and I don't think it was very organized from what Jono said. And Jono was the only person that was like, knew anything about hip hop. So they just said like, or whatever he does.
Just talk to this guy.
Yeah, I think he had to just like take care of him for a whole day at episode. It's from what I understand.
Because I saw the picture of them together and I was like, well, that's crazy.
Yeah.
The first time I went to Japan was 2016, and I went to Ibisu, and I was with my ex-girlfriend at the time who like could not give a fuck about drifting at all, and but was the biggest Frank Ocean fan of all time. And then so like we got back and she was just like, it's fucking whatever. And I was like, hey, you see that track that we were just at? Like that's the fucking Frank Ocean Blonde album cover. Like
I'd love to know what led up to that.
Yeah.
Like what was the short list?
That's fucking crazy.
Of all places.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Whose helmet was that? I think he like borrowed it from.
We'd have to call Jono and ask. Yeah, it's probably one of Andy's ones, I would say.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Or Team Orange. There's no one else there.
Yeah, that helmet was sick. I'm like, that thing's custom painted for sure.
Yeah. A lot was happening in that time, and they had little zoo there. So like you go there and there'd be like a baby lion. You could, Jono's like playing with it and stuff. Like weird place, man.
Yeah. They still got the zoo.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Probably hasn't gotten better, I don't think.
No. It's still a little sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were there, and it was like summertime, or was it summer? I don't know. There was like, it was Golden Week, or it was just before Golden Week, or what? After Golden Week. Anyway, there was like a million like families just like going to the zoo. Like,
Yeah, they've got these little. That makes sense because there's all these buses lined up.
Yeah.
That I never saw move.
Yeah.
Turns out Golden Week is when
everyone
they make
goes
all
to
their
check
bank.
out the zoo. Yeah, there was so many people. Like it was so weird to be driving this like S14 through this parking lot, and there's like a camel being walked. It's just like kids.
It's like my dreams like, after I take melatonin.
Oh shit.
Man, do you mind if I change the subject and just ask about the recent trip that you did where you drove across a good third of the states and whatnot, right?
Yeah,
because that was pretty influential on me in terms of getting back into drifting. I forget.
What?
Remember you were leaving me voice messages and G'ing me up and whatnot, and I wasn't like, I was sort of not out of it, but like I walked away from that conversations we were having, and you know, domino effect that I ended up doing what I'm doing now in Europe, I guess.
That's
so like,
cool.
love to do something like that. So can you just tell us, like, what was the lead up to something like that?
I don't know. There's actually like a lot of depth to it, and I don't know how much I want to share exactly. But like the big one was I lost my job, and I'd been working there like 6 years, and I like honestly was pretty miserable like at that company, and it was something that I've been planning in my head for a long time, maybe like 5 years or more, where I just like, if life got really heavy, I was like, I'm just gonna fucking go across the country and drift, and like I want to do podcasts and like sleep in.
Nice to have something like that in the bank mentally.
It was like a pipe dream. I'm like, I got a 4Runner. I can't like tow across the country with a 4Runner. It's not gonna make it. And like one of the things that I did when I moved out of like San Francisco was like, oh, I can get like a real truck, because like actually parking in the city is really hard.
Of course, yeah, I drove that car today. That would be difficult.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, like I got the Tundra, and I'm like, okay, cool. I can do like longer stints now, and but like I don't know. It was like, it's this thing that's kind of been like floating around in my head, and like, oh, how would I do it? And like, do I really want to do it? And then there was just a lot of life stuff piled up, and I was like kind of going down like a path of just doing nothing, you know? Like, I don't know if you've ever been in that position where it's like
You're just stuck in the mud a little bit.
Yeah, and it's like, it doesn't feel like a good, I don't know, you know what you need to do to get out of it, but because there's like so much overwhelm of like just different things kind of piled on top of each other, there's no really like good way to go. And like I was feeling kind of like trapped financially, and trapped like where I was living, and like a bunch of other stuff that I won't get into. But I just kind of, honestly, it was hearing about the Chase Bays, like Chase hit me up about this like comp series called ADC, and he's just like, hey, I want to do something different, like let's make it fun, let's make it crazy, let's like bring it back to like 2009 pro car level shit, and like spec tire, and like it's gonna be fucking fun, like would love to have you involved. And I was just like, there's no way I can drive all the way to Tennessee just for this, like I don't know, and I realized it was coming up. I had been working on the car for like, I don't know, almost a year. It had been down except for Super D, and that
even there doesn't really count.
Yeah, I did like, I don't know, maybe like 10 or 15 laps before it decided to, commit suicide. And so I spent a bunch of time. Yeah, like the backstory to that is like I was pretty much in Arizona, like away from all my friends, and like I had friends there, but not like close friends that
Yeah.
are like, your car's broken, like I'm gonna come through, like let's get it done. Except for this dude Andy.
Because you're dependent on people's energy when you got nothing left in the tank. Yeah.
I had nothing left.
Yeah.
I had nothing left. And yeah, this like homie Andy out there who was like helping me before Super D, but I was just like, I was in a rut. I didn't even want to like call anybody. I didn't want to like, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get through this myself. I like, put the head back together. I did all like valve lash. I've never done anything like that. I've been afraid of engines for like 15
That's
years.
a scary part of cars as well.
Yeah, I had to buy like new torque wrenches and stuff that I'd never had before, because I was like, well, we should probably like not fuck this up again. I torqued the valve cover baffle bolts.
Yeah, as we know, yeah.
Definitely do that. if you're thinking about maybe I should do that,
one piece of advice.
please do it. But yeah, that event was coming up, and like things were kind of closing in on me, and I was like, nah, I gotta break out of this. Like I can't just like lay down and fucking get stuck.
Yeah, and let this just consume you. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, I need to like just go do this, because this is gonna be. It's either gonna the car. I didn't even get to test drift the car. I did like a pull with my dad in the car, because I'm like, anyway, that's like a whole.
And it came through sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like one of the best things I've ever done for myself.
Yeah.
And I was like trying to eat healthy and
do some
push-ups and fucking take care of myself. And I got to polecat and just like I did one lap, missed my down 3-2 downshift. Was like, nope, we're not fucking doing that. Left it in third the next time and just like ripped. And I was like, oh shit,
amazing,
like I'm fucking back, dude. I literally got emotional on the front straight, like after the run. So I was like, well, like if anything, you got this,
That's awesome. I can't believe I didn't. Obviously, I was along for the ride a little bit with this because you were telling me, but I didn't realize the depth of what was happening in the background behind. But like that whole time, you were still finding resource within yourself that you were like reaching out to me and being like, hey man, just checking that you're doing all right, like what's happening and whatnot. So I didn't realize that was coming from such a empty cup at the time, really. But that meant a lot to me.
I don't know. Just like I do try and like look out for people. I could be like a little abrasive sometimes, but I'm also not like I could be a little socially awkward too. Like
I've noticed.
I've heard like it was really funny. Julian fucking we were at Super D like the 4th of July event, and this dude like Stevie came up to me was like talking to us about like something else. I don't know. I can't remember what part of the event it was, because it was really hot, and I'm pretty sure I like just had heat stroke the whole weekend. But he's like, oh dude, I thought you hated me at first. And then Julian's like, nah, Palmer's just fucking really awkward. I was like,
you're like, thanks,
wrong,
bro. I wasn't feeling awkward then, but boy, am I now.
Yeah, like I just, if something's going on, I can't like pay attention to someone talking to me.
Yeah.
And so like I've learned that like people think that I like hate them because I ignore them, but it's not. It's not a personal thing. It's just like I can only pay attention to one thing at once. And if I have like a car problem or like I'm trying to like solve something else, like you're not in my peripheral.
Oh, true.
So
no, lucky I haven't had that impression
you haven't
so
had that.
far.
But that's because we hung out when I wasn't driving.
That's true. Yeah. But no, that meant a lot when you were checking in and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't know why I went on that tangent. I think I just had to say that for anybody who's like met me and I'm weird.
Yeah. But on the note of like you having done that for us and whatnot, I brought a little something I wouldn't mind giving to you.
What?
Maybe actually, yeah.
You brought something?
Yeah, I've got something. Yeah.
Do you know about this? Do you know what's in there?
Yeah, Laura knows all about this.
Did you set this up?
You can't look.
I'm not looking. I'm like, we're
Close your eyes, actually.
Yeah, close your eyes.
My eyes are closed.
This will take me a second.
Close your eyes.
Okay, all right.
What the hell? Bro, your eyes still aren't closed.
Okay.
What the fuck?
Don't ruin this.
Come on, Palmer.
Yeah, it was in those times when you were looking out for us like that I decided
Close
to
your eyes.
do a
God
little
damn it.
something for you. But I got these, man.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
So you can run them or just hang them. But they're for you.
I'm
like it?
speechless.
You like it?
Yeah. Oh my god, dude.
I also noticed that you had shitty ass valve covers when I was helping you fix your car at Super D.
Who painted these?
So Alex Brajic did all the hand painting and whatnot, and one of the
Dude.
other boys from TBK did the glitter. Yeah. So this is the same house style that I run on all my cars. Yeah.
This is incredible.
Yeah.
Did you fucking fly with these here?
Man, I flew them from Australia. I should say the backstory first. There's probably about 10 hours of driving around Sydney to get all this done. But then I flew to Berlin through the Middle East, brought these. They've been with me to Switzerland, all the way on the road trip. I've got no clothes to wear because I had my little 20 kilo bag with this, yeah. But I had to, man. Like it meant a lot connecting more with you and becoming friends this last year. So I had to do something as a gesture. You know?
I'm gonna cry. Holy shit.
And like Laura was helping me having to work out like where the fittings are on your engine to put them in the right place and shit. Yeah. I haven't checked.
I just looked. I was like, no, these are perfect.
I haven't checked the nuts to holding the baffles in. So
I'll definitely torque those.
yeah.
Oh my god, dude.
But yeah, all the guys like Alex was really hyped to do this. Like really pumped. So
yeah, you can't see them, but they're like pink with like the sickest fucking hand painted hit and run.
yeah.
Oh, dude.
And if you look on the back of this one, see.
All right, I don't even know what to fucking do with my life right now.
I'm glad you like it. And that's why I did, you saw the one I did for Raf as well. It was because in that last year, like especially for me living overseas was quite lonely in some ways. But the two of you coming into my, orbit a little bit closer helped a lot. So I appreciate it.
I'm gonna be real careful putting it on. I bought a like 1/4-inch torque wrench for
not to
these,
break
so I don't
them.
fucking break the ears
yeah.
off. Oh my god. I'm in shock, dude.
It was
I
really
like how you're trying to lead into this, and then I just went on a whole other tangent
I was just
about.
like, just stop talking about it. Like we don't care that you're sad. You know?
Fuck. I went on a multiple tangent. So you're really trying to get here.
No, I was just like slowly trying to steer the ship back to it. Yeah.
Wow.
It was really, really fun to do. Like the whole time I was like beating down the highway, driving between places and stuff. I was like, this is so exciting.
Oh my god. Yeah, my engine bay is about to be fucking popping, dude. Wow. I've gotten like one other gift on the podcast, and it was from Benson, but this is fucking crazy.
I wasn't sure like whether I should have done it off camera because it would have maybe take away from the moment of doing it 1-to-1. But I thought, what an opportunity just to.
Oh, dude, I love this. Oh my god. And we're back again. Fuck. I'm just staring at him.
Yeah, I'm so happy, man.
I don't know. I'm like still in shock. We had like such a nice moment. We just turned the camera off and like hugged it out and like this guy drove around not only Australia to get these done, but then went to Europe with them in your one carry-on bag.
Yeah,
And then went to like a bunch of different countries and brought like no clothes just so you could
Yeah.
fucking bring me these.
Yeah, those covers have been to Berlin, Switzerland, France, Portugal. Here, yeah. They've been around. Yeah, Spain as well, yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. But the whole thing was so much fun, man. Like I was just Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone's ever like made me a gift like that. That's fucking crazy.
But yeah. I'm very, very happy to finally be able to give it. But like for me, this has been a few months of it being very, very enjoyable. And the other people all involved, like who actually sort of did the work and yeah.
So sick, man. I don't know. I don't even know what to say. Oh, shit. I don't know. Be good to your friends, I guess.
Yeah. Also, it just feels good to do this sort of thing. You know?
Yeah. Give thoughtful gifts. Fuck. That's something I need to be better at.
Throw the boys a thoughtful text message every now and then. You know, you never know what you might get out of it.
Yeah. And don't like expect valve covers if you send your friend a nice text message. Do it because it feels good. Because you know, want your friends to be good.
Yeah. And like I was saying to you off camera, like I was good, but the gestures meant so much, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't, but I was like, I wanted everybody else to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. We all go through shit, but it's nice to get a nice message from people. You know. We do our best. I don't even know where to go from here.
Yeah. I think we wrap it.
I think so.
This has been really, really fun.
Yeah.
Actually. When I started, I was so nervous. Now
Really?
my heart rate is just so calm. Like this has been great.
I couldn't tell at all.
Yeah.
I've had a few beers at this point.
I've had a few too.
How else could we do it? You know?
I also love that like we've been on the podcast is just like 2 hours long or something, but we did another hour and a half.
Oh yeah.
It's just been a long night.
It's been a long They're like, oh, that was a short one. I'd be like, well, we've been podcasting for like 3.5 hours. No. Yeah, be good to people. It's easy. I don't know. What did Tina say? Because you gave a set to Raph also.
Yeah.
What did Tina say about?
It was before I gave to Raph.
Yeah.
And Tina, Raph's girlfriend. I was much like I was talking to Laura about your ones. I was talking to her about his one, and I was just explaining to her how I was like, wow, this is like in terms of even selfishly, not remove the fact you're doing something nice for someone else, like even just selfishly going through the process of organizing this was giving me so much dopamine, so much, you know, reward that I'm like, this is worth it just for that. Like before you even bring into the fact that it's something nice for someone else. And then she just puts it, she just goes, isn't it lovely that as humans we're wired like that? And I was like, sick.
Yeah, she just dropped that knowledge in like her
I've told like
second or third language.
I know, yeah, I've told 5 people or something that it's stuck with me.
Yeah. I don't know. Do nice stuff for people. It feels good. For both people. I'm fucking so hyped to put those on the car. It's gonna look so sick. My fucking valve covers are so logo.
Unreal, man.
Uh,
But yeah, please torque the bolts.
correctly.
Please check them. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the baffle bolts.
The baffle bolts. Yeah.
No, I'm definitely Loctiting those and torquing them.
I know. I would understand if you never put them on and you're like, I've just got too much trauma from touching that part of an engine. And it would be very on brand if hit and run engine covers cost you a motor.
They're so sick. It's like fucking GTA Vice City, like fucking Miami Vice. Oh, god damn, they're sick. I just keep looking at them.
You're looking at the bad side too.
I know. I'm just looking at the side with no art on it. They're hand painted, dude. Like candy pink with like a hand painted hit and run on the side. Oh, it's so cool.
I think this sort of thing could be cool in drifting for people to do more, in terms of like take the brand equity you've built with your team, use it to create meaningful things to exchange with friends.
Yeah.
Not just engine covers, but anything, you know?
Yeah, we should just make candy like ravers, you know? We can
Yeah,
make bracelets.
like Plur bracelets, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. This is like you said something about like when we were off camera, like chopper tanks. You know? It's like I feel like valve covers are like the chopper tanks of drifting.
Imagine you drift on those for 20 years. They're all cracked and messed up and
Just chuck them on the wall.
Unreal, dude.
Oh, dude.
The one of mine that I have on the RB car, like the part, because the manifold has the turbo sitting really close to the engine, and it's T67, so it's like quite big, the front housing. It's probably too close. So it started to like, it's cracked the clear in two places and it's like shrunk, and it looks unreal. And I just think like, how amazing would it be to just, by the time I'm done with that, they're gonna look even better.
Yeah. Patina. Is that patina? I don't know. I'm tired. I think we've done it. Thanks for going on that journey with us. And
yeah, this was a personal one.
Yeah.
Yeah. We tried to talk about chassis and cars for a little bit.
Yeah, we did.
I love it. Like, you and I could talk for like probably 2 weeks straight, not run out of things to say. But it's like, okay, now we should talk about cars. And within 5 minutes, we're like, but like, I love cars. Like, no shade there. I'm sure you do too.
I don't know. We're just not going to talk about KPI, dude.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care. I don't know.
Wait, you guys never talked about what's next for you.
Yeah, what's next for Jack?
For this summer in Europe, the little BMW is pretty sick now. Like, we did little suspension setup. I got the Portuguese chopped knuckles in it.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, put like BCs in it. All the suspension is really, really nice. And then imported some XT7s because turns out Jesse knows where Portugal is, which is great.
Are they 5x120?
Yeah, they are. Yeah,
Sick.
yeah. But then I needed like a 50 mil spacer anyway, so like it was irrelevant. And then anyway, little car is now in Portugal getting painted. So it's going to go from, no one would have seen it who's listening to this right now, but it's basically this whole time that I've been road tripping this car around, it's like rubbed back for paint. So we're getting death stares wherever we go. People think that we're gypsies or something, you know.
Which like actually means something in Europe.
Yeah, yeah. And so little car's booked in for this glow up. It's going to get a fresh paint job. Techno violet, so purple, yeah. And then And then I'm gonna pick it up. It's in Lira, which is north of Lisbon. Gonna drive it down the Portuguese coast to the southern side, and then across the whole like the southern part of Spain, right across to like Nice and Monaco.
Gorgeous.
With my girlfriend. Gonna stop in Spain and meet up with a couple of drivers there that Raf's hooked me up with. Again, how great is drifting that you can
the Spanish dudes are a great time.
I've heard so many things. I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah.
Hopefully, maybe do a little event or something. And then drive the car up from Nice or Monaco through the mountains back to France. And then that's the plan for this summer. Yeah. And then I get to go home and my brother's bought his first drift car. So I'll spend the Australian summer helping him set that up.
No way.
Everything's great.
How old's your brother?
Like he's 8 years younger than me.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, he's just getting into it. So
no way.
Yeah. So there's so many good things happening, man. And then next summer we're on.
Yeah. I'm in, dude. I can't wait. That's the next adventure. That's like the thing I'm looking forward to, I think, the most right now. It's like kind of just like exploring new places, but also
Yeah.
like incorporating drifting
Yeah.
into that.
And just going to silly little drift events that aren't a big deal and meeting the people that drive these, you know.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Yeah, so sick.
Yep, it's happening. Laura's throwing up the shaka. That means it's time.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. That was a roller coaster. Camera shutting off and losing the pod to fucking the
Yeah,
coolest
this,
valve
yeah,
covers of all time.
yeah. I think, like, you know, the 10 people that will actually bother to push through us trying to talk about chassis are in for a real emotional roller coaster afterwards.
It's true. All right. I think that's
Sick,
it.
man. Well, I had a great time being here, man.
Me too. I
Glad-
can't wait to put this
I'm
out.
glad we did this. Yeah.
Me too. It was gonna be good no matter
Yeah.
what. And it's probably not gonna be the last one. We're gonna have to do one and talk about our
Yeah, we could do one
European
on the
drift
road
somewhere.
from like a little alfresco French restaurant somewhere.
Laura's
Yeah.
throwing so many thumbs ups.
Yeah. But what I'm worried about is you can't even make this technical shit work here.
Hey,
Yeah, we'll figure it out. I got a little like travel pack I've been working on, which we're gonna need.
Just like Anthony Bourdain.
All right, fuck you guys.
All right. Well,
That's it. R.I.P. I love Anthony Bourdain, by the way.
that was great.
Yo, thank you so much for listening to the whole episode. I got a couple things I want to say before you go. First of all, be sure to follow the guests. It means a lot to them. They put a lot of time in coming out here and putting themselves out there. It's a lot. Most people are nervous, so thank you for that. And if you like the episode, be sure to go tell them on social media or however you can contact them. Number 2, if you like the episode, you like the podcast, be sure to subscribe, like and subscribe. Subscribe on Spotify, subscribe on YouTube. 3, if you really fuck with us, definitely get on the Patreon. You're going to see episodes early. You're going to be able to communicate with us a bit more. You're going to get deals on merch and all kinds of stuff. Check out goodasco.com. We're selling parts. We're selling stance suspension, cause diffs. The list is ever growing. You can get Fuel Lab on there. You can get Conseil wheels on there. Yeah, guys. I just appreciate all the support. We just moved into this new shop and sharing it with Luke. It's like a little space, but it's really sick, and it's just like the next step in all this. And thanks for being on the ride with us. If you've been here since the beginning or just this episode, we appreciate y'all. Good as cast. Thank you.